Okay. Previously, in the GodBreaking, our group of adventurers was ejected from the kinghold of Nanjen. Confused by the turn of events, they went in and killed the Lord Pan, and then decided to resurrect him. At which point he kicked them out of his town. They were confused, so they walked around and puzzled over what to do next. Talking to a local tavern keeper and some other citizens, our party learned of the terrors that Lord Pan had been just abusing his citizens with. But then later that night, when speaking to a young lady named Mantis, or a teenage girl named Mantis, it's important to say that she's a teenage girl, who is Kian Mei's younger sister, they found that from Lord Pan's perspective, the citizenry had become infected by a group of people who were causing all sorts of insurrection, disrespect, and even disappearances of some of the citizens. Deimos then promptly threatened and scared Mantis away. Borderline harassment and abuse, but Feldorn stepped in and stopped him. Then the group learned from Robin that there were other skulkers in the city, people who were sneaking around. Robin had seen them on one of his nightly personal missions. The group found them, tracked them down to the house of a disappeared little girl, and they waited in ambush. Seeing the cultists, they followed them to the underground site of a sacrificial ritual. They confronted them immediately, finding that they were led by the very tavern keeper that they spoke to earlier in the day, and a fight commenced in which a young girl died and many cultists died. So that's where we left off. You guys are currently underground in the northern part of Nanjen, by this runic circle in the ground that is quickly fading from power. There's blood everywhere, as there are corpses of bodies all over the place. Elwyn, you have teleported the little girls outside, and you come back in, so the girls are outside somewhere right now, the three that you got away with. And Deimos, the one, the daughter of the family that you guys had talked to earlier, is right now in your arms. What are you all doing?
I put the girl down.
Okay, she is unconscious. She's about 5 or 6 years old.
All right, pick her back up again.
She's covered in a white sheet right now.
I peek under to make sure she is very well clothed, because Deimos does not want to get mistaken for anything now.
Yes, she is clothed.
Good. So guys, should we give these
I just shake my head.
people
Disappointed in Deimos.
back to their families, or should we maybe try to get a hold of the guards people and tell them that we probably solved their problem?
I can't teleport us anywhere anymore. I don't have the spell slot, so... Are the house where I teleported the girls prethy far away?
Now you teleported them up to the street area, didn't you?
I teleported them to the house where Eldorn was hiding.
Oh, okay. So you guys are... Oh, crap, I erased my map. So, like, if the city was kind of one of these deals, like that, the palace was here, you guys are in a northern section right around here, right? The house where you ambushed the cultists and where Feldon was hiding was over here. That's right next door to the girls' home, and, yeah, all that area right there.
Before we leave this area, like, if we search the bodies and other stuff like that, do we find, like, any, like, weird, like, holy symbols or stuff like that on them, so we can see what the fudge this thing was?
Roll an investigation.
I'll help you out. Get those out the way.
Well, did you find anything? Anyone else?
Deimos finds nothing. He's busy. He's
Well,
too
he helps
busy.
you get advantage.
You're too busy holding the little girl as gently and as what do you call it? Professionally as possible.
Professional, yes, yes.
Professional, just strictly professional.
Hmm.
You can't really see anything.
And Tom was like, "Well, I can't see shit." And I'm like kicking stuff with my foot.
Is Feldorn there, or
Yeah, you're
did
there.
his
You're
body
there.
rip?
You're there. You reappear as you log back in.
Oh no, shit! You were there the whole time.
Ah, sure. I'll try to investigate.
All right, you find as you're scrounging through some of the pockets of these bodies that are on the ground that they are actually mostly peasants. You find a few pieces of copper. You find some crude implements, some knives, some daggers, and stuff like that. But none of them is of any finery. Some twine and what other things would peasants carry around with them. Little scraps of
Nice.
leather pieces and whatnot. Yeah.
So I'm gonna while holding I'm gonna put the girl down, nice, real fast.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tie a rope around like the heads of that asshole monk dude,
Yeah.
and that guy who was like that mage dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just gonna kind of pull him along with me as I pick the girl
Wait,
back
wait,
up.
wait, 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 wait. It's the middle of the night, right?
Yes.
I'm going to enact the more powerful create undead that I spoke to you about a while back.
Do you have it? Where is it? Did you actually
I
put
have create. I have the regular one. I never put it in my thing. I think we said it was a 7th level slot.
7th level slot to what was the change we made? I forget.
I was doing that armored ghoul from Tome of
That's
Thieves.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay.
I gotta put that. I gotta move that to a 7th level slot.
That's fine. Okay. All right. So you're trying to raise undead and create an armored ghoul, or
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you gonna cast it on?
One of the dead bodies.
Which one? It's important which one.
Um,
I'm gonna
that's a
point
good question.
at the leader guy.
Was the leader a mage?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was a magey dude.
No, he's the barkeep. I think he was more of a priest than a mage.
Oh.
Well, Feldorn wouldn't do that to a priest.
Deimos is a priest.
I'd pick one of the random bodies, one of the other peasants.
Okay. Roll a d20. All right. So you pick a random peasant body. He's of slightly above average health. So he's not like a super thin guy or like a morbidly obese guy. He seems like a healthy type of man. And you start weaving these necrotic magics into him. Not just resurrecting him, but resurrecting him more powerful than he was before. You double check here. Alright, I'm going to give you since I don't remember the exact workings of the spell, this is what you get.
So yeah, I could take that.
Okay. He's stronger than a... Oh, wait. No, I'll give you a normal ghoul right now. He's, a normal ghoul is a CR1, 22 hit points. So it does work, because, that's way more hit points and way more strength than he had as a live person. But you get the sense that as you cast this spell, to create a more powerful ghoul, you'll have to start with a more powerful being to begin with. Your amplification powers are only so much, and with practice and stuff, you might get better at making them stronger in undeath. But right now, this is your first attempt at it. This is what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faldorn, as you cast the spell, all of a sudden, you look at this ghoul who's kind of been raised up in front of you. He's he's kind of he's kind of like a punk rocker. His tongue is just hanging out like that. The looking at him as where normally you would have been struck by a sense of satisfaction at accomplishing a little bit of necromancy, you're suddenly struck with like a surge of pain that just radiates from your stomach all throughout your body. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You take that much necrotic damage.
Oh man, I wonder what that's
Yeah.
from. Feldorn's gonna get turned into a god if he gets through it.
Okay. And you are still... I forget what the code was. Exhaustion 1? How was...
Yeah.
there, whatever. I don't remember how to label
I
it.
did. I sent you a bunch of stuff. I think one of the things I sent you had a bunch of effects that happened.
Effects for it?
Yeah. It was one of the Rob ones. Forget his last name.
Okay. Alright. So, what are you guys doing now?
Should we try to get the fuck out of Dodge, guys?
Yeah, I think we should take the girl back. I can take her back if you guys want.
Alright.
Probably don't want to take the zombie back with you to the girl's family. That might not be the best thing.
Feldorn puts
You
a
want-
wig on the zombie on the ghoul and says, "Come, Fluffy."
Do you want an invisible ghoul?
Sure. Invisible Fluffy is always great.
Anybody else wants to be invisible?
Fuck it, Deimos will be invisible.
And I will twin it. So Ghoul and Deimos.
Are invisible? That's just normal invisibility, right? So it lasts an hour?
Yep.
Okay. So Deimos and the ghoul zip out of existence. The girl is currently floating in midair.
She's a ghost.
You guys
I'll
hit it.
grab her
Okay.
and I'll fly high since it's night.
Wait. Is that the girl I attached the Shadowhound to?
No, you attach it to the boy.
Yeah.
Her big brother. Remember?
Well, no. Remember, I went to the neighbor's house and then did the same thing
Then
because we found out they were only taking girls.
then no. That the girl you shadow hounded, Elwyn teleported out.
Okay.
All right. You guys start exiting this underground passage. You head back up the tunnel. As you get towards the stairs that lead up to the doorway up there, you hear a pounding, thump, 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 like that, at the closed wooden doorway.
Fairham Police Department.
Wait, didn't we break through that door? I thought we, like, splintered it.
Did he push through Deimos?
Oh yeah, Deimos broke.
Oh, that's right.
through
Okay.
it.
No, I
Alright.
broke the door.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
right.
did.
That's right. I remember. Okay. And you almost got trapped by it. Okay. So it's not closed. So you get there and you guys see the glint of spears and armored boots at the top of the stairway. And you hear a voice come
guys-
down, shouting down to you. "We know you're in there. Neighbors in the area heard the fighting and the screaming. They summoned us. Come out. Come out, you evil death workers."
Feldorn
We already
says.
killed the cult.
Feldorn shouts back up. No, Misa Superman no here.
Okay.
I think that's the wrong stereotype.
Deimos starts yelling out that the great and powerful Deimos is here, and he slew all of them totally by himself.
Don't make me dimension door you somewhere else.
And the
I-
help of Feldorn.
I got an idea, guys. I'm gonna cast the pass wall spell to open up a hole on the wall. I'll go up to the ceiling, and then we can get out the other side of the door while they're looking down this side passage.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously we killed the cultists. I mean,
Got him? think we're in the wrong.
I'll
Other than we're
cast it
not supposed
just
to be
in
in the city.
case. Just in case we need an exit, but you guys can talk to him if you want.
They shout, "You have 10 seconds! 10 clicks of the clock!
Yeah, you don't even have clocks, you stupid people.
We don't have
10 grains of sand in the hourglass!"
Ah, damn it. You called my bluff, sir. Alright, I'm coming out. Deimos is gonna start walking out.
You're invisible.
I know.
Piece of crap.
Deimos forgot.
Alright, you walk up the stairs, and that you hear your footsteps stomping, and you see a bunch of puzzled people as they see the imprints of your feet and the sound of your gauntleted or your greaved boots slamming down into the steps, but they can't obviously see you.
They say, dude, I'm out. We killed all of them. We saved most of the girls.
Okay. At that point, they you walk up and you catch a glimpse of about a dozen guards up there with their spears ready, and they shout, "Evil magic workers!"
No,
And
no. We killed the magic workers. We don't like evil magic workers. We like holy good things.
I'll go up the stairs carrying
Kind
the
of
girl.
like the holy good guy that's your kingish dude, right?
Okay. All right. So Elwyn comes up behind you. Deimos, what are you doing? You're still talking?
Yeah,
There's
he's
huge faces of confusion. Their faces are all confused. They're not sure what's going on.
As soon as I woke up, I'm still concentrating on invisibility, but if they seem a little bit hostile, I'm gonna awe them with my awesome draconic presence.
Okay.
But for now, I'll still keep on concentrating on invisibility, and I'm gonna be holding the girl in my arms, and as I walk up the stairs and come out the door, I'm gonna say, "We have saved them. The cult is dead."
Okay. All right. As you go up and you voice this proclamation, a couple of things happen. So you're like halfway up the stairs. Deimos is still in front of you, but they don't see Deimos. They're looking straight through Deimos, and they're looking at you, right? I'm holding this little girl. There's a look of confusion. They turn to each other and they look around. Obviously, not getting this is not what they expected. And they say, "Send the girl up.
out.
Give
Want me
us.
to pick
Turn
the
her
girl
over
up?
to us."
Make it look like she's flying.
I promised her mother I would return her to her mother. You can come with me if you like.
They look at each other. Go ahead and roll. So Deimos and Elwyn roll perception. Okay. As you watch them, they give furtive glances to each other. They're trying to figure out what to do. One person who seems to be like the slightly like the sergeant, you see him pointing and waving them back. So the guards back up slowly. They're no longer around the entrance to the doorway. And he shouts down, "Come on up!"
I will
Alright.
go up.
Do any of these guys look like any of the cultist people?
They look like the guards that you guys have been fighting
Okay.
earlier.
Let's hope
What?
they learned from earlier.
That never happened.
Okay? So you guys are exiting the downstairs area. Let's see if I have...
I would have told them that the pass wall spell is still up. It lasts for an hour if they need to get out some other way.
Okay. Alright, give me 1 second to do this then. I wasn't exactly sure how this would play out.
Oh, you thought we were just gonna run and gun it?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you guys would handle it.
These
Alright.
guys must have learned their lesson from last time.
You know, you can never be so sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If, like, 8 Supermans came down and just beat up all my friends, and then I was told to go stop them, I'd be, like, kind of hesitant about it.
Okey-doke. All right. So
And wait, if I heal myself at all, would that get rid of my invisibility?
yeah, any action.
Any action? Okay.
Yeah,
Never
it's,
mind then.
it's a miracle you haven't revealed yourself right now by
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
for all the talking and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That goes there. This goes here. I mean, what's the DM doing right now? He must be setting up a battle map.
Oh, what a mean guy.
Well, I just want the logistics and stuff to be in place. Just in case, you know? Just in case.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll try not to kill him.
Deimos has never killed anyone before in his life. He only sent them to Tempest.
Alrighty.
Except for that one lady you stabbed with a dagger.
First off, we don't need... What? What are you talking about? You crazy.
Alright. So... Can you guys see all those things?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Holy shit, that's a lot of guards.
there we go.
Well, where'd they go? They're all ninjas,
Let's
guys.
move them. Alright. So you guys pop out at the ground there. You look around and you see all these guards all over the place. They've backed up. They've cleared the way for you a little bit. And they're giving you room to exit.
Alright. So who remembers how to get to that house?
I do. We all flew here.
Oh, yeah. Deimos is bad with directions.
As you guys... So Feldor and Euphemia, are you staying downstairs or are you coming up too?
And I'm coming up.
I'm gonna stay at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. So, Euphemia, you're further down, but this as far as we get on the map. So, you guys come up, and you catch a glimpse of some movement skittering across one of the rooftops. And you hear the guards say, "Not exactly what we were expecting, but this is better. You lot were given strict orders by our Lord Pan to leave the city or die. We find you here again in abject and complete denial and rebellion against his orders. It is our sworn duty to fulfill our Lord's commands."
I go, wait. Before you guys get yourselves killed, we did just kill a bunch of cultists that were kidnapping children. We have one of the children. Do we really want to do this right now?
You do remember what happened last time, right? And I'm gonna make my eyes like kind of flash with fire.
They are...
Start pissing themselves.
They've what do you call it? The culture, as you learned last week, the culture in this city is one in which the Lord is worshipped like a god. His word is law. They follow his word completely, and he's a very strict, very black and white person. The fact of what you were doing and whether or not it had merit here in this city, being back in the city, doesn't matter to them. You guys were caught denying his commands, so their job is to kill you.
Sir,
Alright.
guards, people, I want to make sure you know this, but, we're not in the city. We're just illusions.
You remember they had met the fire god from the Sky Elven before. So I'm gonna
Wait,
I'm
wait.
not gonna kill him.
What you gotta do? What you gotta do is roll initiative.
Ow. Oh, can you remove that haste? I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I'd totally keep it if I could, but I know I can't.
I am taking it off. Okay. you guys find yourselves up against a bunch of guards who are just doing their job.
Don't worry. If we don't kill him.
Ba-dum-bum. There. Okay. At the top of initiative, Elwyn, you go up there and you start proclaiming your position, saying, "Hold on, we were doing this and we were doing that and whatever, yada yada yada." And all of a sudden, out of the corner, top of one of these rooftops, you see a ninja character, and he starts tossing some things your way.
I'm gonna throw up a shield. It'll
Okay.
probably still hit, but just throwing it up.
So
next one's-
you come to 24, so this still hits. All right. So a shuriken comes flying out of above the rooftop, just above the precipice of the roof, and it comes hitting you. Whammo. Alright, hits your side, and you can feel the sting, like a burning sensation in your shoulder. Not just from the wound, but you can feel something begin to infiltrate your body, and it hurts. It hurts like hell. Alright, another attack comes flying through. That hits just barely, matching your AC. One more your way. Misses. I need some constitution. 12. Okay, you're still up. Alright. I'll have the guards move as 1. So, Deimos, your turn.
Alright, so how far away is this ninja dude?
Up on the roof?
Yeah, like, I wouldn't be able to pretty much use my movement to climb up there, would I?
You saw a... You can't really even see him.
Oh, I wouldn't see that, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
you saw some fly from up above the rooftop and just come whirling down and hit Elwyn.
Alright, then Deimos is going to kind of like scoot around here. He's saying, oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, I don't mean to, sorry about that. And then I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then as soon as they see me, I'm like, oh shit. Now I remind them that I'm Batman. And I'm going to punch the sorcerer as I'm apologizing for doing it.
Okay.
Wait, were you still invisible?
Not anymore, because I cast a shield on myself.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that's like... So you actually climbed up halfway up into like an awning
he's on
area.
the roof?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry
got a
about
little bit of
that.
awning, yeah. That's
Would
fine.
I be able to get up there? Okay.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Alright, so yeah, so I'll climb up there, Shield of Faith myself, then smack him, and as I apologize.
Okay, you bust him in the face, and his head whips back, and you see blood just gushing off everywhere. It's actually a girl.
I said, I'm sorry. Sit down.
Right? You hear her screech, and there's like blood spattered everywhere. You're not sure if she was pretty or not, but she's definitely not now.
I'll fix it later, I swear.
All right. The guards move in. These two guards charge in Elwyn, and they just go straight at you.
More you hit me, the more it's gonna hurt later.
So let's see. 4 of them get within range of you, attacking with their javelins and their morning stars. Let's see. I don't think any of them. Okay, your shield, your arcane shield, is just their swords and their spears are just ineffectual. They just stabbing at you, but just glancing off your shield spell. Nothing's really getting through. Okay, a couple of them hurl javelins your way. They streak past you, Elwyn, and they head towards Feldorn on the stairs below. Feldorn, I'm sending 3 javelins your way here. Alright, nothing really connects. You see them, and your elvish reflexes just kick in, and you just duck and sway past them. Alright, and that's it for the guards. They sort of reposition, and they start moving in this way. You hear them chanting and shouting some war cries in Tian, that language you don't really understand. But you gather it's something like glory to the Lord, our lives for our ruler, that kind of stuff. Elwyn, you're up.
I'm gonna roar mightily like a dragon.
No, guys, no, no. Oh wait, never mind. I thought that was your gigantic fire thing.
I'm just gonna make him scared.
Okay. They are all freaking frightened. All of them. I don't think anyone succeeded.
And as soon as they start turning from me and running away from me, I'm gonna fly up into the sky and I'm gonna look back to the party and say, "I'll meet you guys at the house with the ladies and the girls." I'll
Alright, well,
fly up with the girl in my hand.
are you doing that right now?
Yeah, as soon
Okay,
as
so
they
you
start running.
Well, they move on their turn. And they've taken their turn. So it'll be next round before they
If
can
that's
actually
just a regular
burn their movement.
Right, that just means they can't move towards you. They can still kick our ass. And you're just leaving us behind.
I thought you didn't want me to kill
But the
these.
girl's safe, right?
How much time did you spend complaining about me killing these guys, and now that I'm doing something not to kill them?
Yeah, but
Yeah, you just frighten them. They don't start running. That's different abilities that make
Yeah.
them run.
Hey, Feldorn, you got a disappear spell right now, right?
Nope.
Oh shoot, I got one.
So Owen, are you gonna fly or are you gonna stay there?
I will.
You could at least take
I will
someone with
stay
you.
and see what happens, but I have the girl, so
Yeah, you're holding
I'll
the girl.
cover her up with my wings.
Look,
Okay.
you're fine if you fly away.
Euphemia, your turn.
So, Elvin's gone.
Elwin's still in front of me.
So is, I thought he flew up.
No, he did not.
Okay, I'm confused.
He decided to stay.
So are we running or what are we doing?
Just get out of here. I'll meet up with you guys later.
And you guys and your moral decisions, make them.
How far away is Deimos?
From you, about 15
Yeah,
feet.
for me.
He's up. He's up on top like of an awning. So diagonally, maybe like 17 feet.
Yes, be able to do that. How would I parkour up to Deimos and lead Dimension Door 500 feet away?
Okay. You doing that? You running up to him?
I'm trying to figure out what the party wants, but they're like
Yeah, just get away from
obsessed
here.
with their
Go.
whole conversation. Okay, I'm gonna parkour up to Deimos and Dimension 500 feet away.
All right, you're gonna get You're gonna incur 2 opportunity attacks as you run through, within range of 2 guys.
From who?
8 and 6.
I don't see why. Is this a third dimensional thing?
Yeah. Because I say
Is
so.
there a way I can like go up the wall so I'm not in range of him?
Take
You
the
were.
hits and go.
Wait a second. How much movement do you have?
30?
You were at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, you said that it was 15 feet away.
Oh yeah, but I forgot that you're at the bottom of the stairs. Roll me a athletics check.
For what?
Because you're gonna have to go through Feldorn from the bottom of the stairs, and you're gonna have to climb up the wall to get all the way to Deimos.
Remember, I don't
Why don't you say
take
Feldorn?
anything. I have him with my cloak. I don't take anything from climbing up the wall.
Okay.
So I can basically walk across the ceiling if I want to.
Why don't you say Feldorn? Deimos can make
Does
a gate.
Feldorn has dimensional door?
Yep.
Oh, he does? Oh.
And he can take someone with him. So can Elwin. You're the only one that can't.
Daw, I can go to a different plane.
But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where are we going, guys?
I don't know, that'd be fun. right, so Euphemia, athletics check.
It can be acrobatics, right?
Mm, run distance is. All right, well you can do acrobatics. That's fine. Okay. It takes all of your movement to get to where Deimos is, because you actually have to get around Feldor, climb up a wall, and
Can I, like, step on Feldorn and, like, have my shoe, like, right on his face and use it to, like, get, like, an extra speed of boost?
Sure, but if you do that, Feldorn's gonna grab your leg and try to cause you to fall.
you
I'm
manage
still
to
gonna
make
do
your
it.
way up to.
I'm still gonna do it.
Okay. Feldorn. Contested athletics check with Euphemia.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, both of you athletics.
Come on, why can't I do acrobatics? Because I'm technically using my feet to push myself off of them.
That's a strength thing.
Come on.
Athletics, he has disadvantage, so. Alright. You try to grab at her, Feldorn, but you're feeling pretty sluggish. So she just zips out of your grasp. Alright,
-1?
you make your way up to Deimos. Euphemia, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna ask him quickly. Can you fly? I don't remember.
What?
And I'm gonna 500 feet, kind of like upwards at a 90-degree angle, so we're over the city,
Okay.
but
So,
as far away as possible.
alright, you guys zip away. Get the hell out of Dodge.
As he poofs away, he really apologizes to this girl.
Okay. Her face is full of just like streaking blood. Like-
I said to stop.
Alright. As that happens, Feldorn, you're up.
So, question: if I grab Elwyn and Dimension Door, would the girl come with us or no?
One person. The spell
That's no.
says the spell
Take
says
her.
one person.
Take her.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the girl and from Elwyn and Dimension Door 500 feet straight up into the air.
Straight up.
And
Okay.
then on my next turn, since I'm falling 60 feet a turn, I'm gonna cast Fly on myself.
Okay. You zip away. And the girl goes with you. As the ninjas and the sorcerers take their movement, they all just when they're standing there, just and you're standing there in your magnificent draconic presence as you're radiating this aura of strength, of power, of overwhelming majesty, and they all start just backing away from you. Yes. Yes. They are. As they walk away, they leave a stream of, like, wet ground beneath them.
As I open my whenever it's my turn, I'm gonna open my wings to their full span. I'm gonna go up to the air and I'm gonna yell at them. I'm gonna say, "Remember, the Fire King from the sky, Elwyn, has let you live." And I'll fly towards the place.
Unfortunately, it's not quite your turn yet. As they back out of the way, you see a blur of golden motion in front of you, and a figure drops down from, you're not exactly sure where, incredibly graceful, incredibly fast, just lands on the ground in front of you.
Hey, I know you.
Oh no, no.
She looks at you, and she says,
Disappointment.
you see, Elwyn, you see a half sad look across her face.
You and me could have had something, but I'm with someone else now. Sorry.
She
Your Daemons yell, pretend to attack them, they'll never know.
You hear her voice melodic and like bell like. It sounds like chimes or yeah, just like musical bells. That's the lilt and tone to her voice as she looks at you. She says, in her own language. Um,
Do what you gotta do.
okay.
Tell her about the bomb we planted on him.
Her sword flashes through the air, and her hands blur. 2 strikes hitting you. Um,
Man, if she kills Elwyn, I'm destroying this town.
Yeah, we'd have to
Ellen, the
loot the town for a
first
lot of
thing that
money.
happens is her sword comes blazing out. She whips it out and she slashes you across the side. She swings back around again. You duck underneath that. She comes in with her opposite hand, punches a straight fist at you. You sidestep around that again. And her last blow, she shifts forward her weight, just intercepting you. You can tell that her physical coordination and her movement is much more honed than yours, like almost as if the blow that she swung your way was just to get you into position. And her sword drops to the ground as her opposite hand comes up, and she swings that to your chest and stops right before she hits you. And she places a flat palm across your chest very gently and pushes you back just slightly, of the most meager of forces, just like a quarter pound of pressure against your chest. As you look into her face, you can see a streak of tear well up in one of her eyes as she does that. It is now your turn in the initiative.
All right.
Feldorn
Rid
wouldn't
of
know what
these
she
things. Yeah, I know. Well, my player knows, but Elwyn wouldn't. So I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet into the air and then start flying towards where I want to go.
Okay. You vanish from that spot straight up into the air. Your wings kick out 30 feet above them. The guards all beneath you. You hear them gasp in awe, and some of them fall down to their knees, dropping their weapons as they look up at you, still majestic and glorious. Kian Mei also turns and she looks up at you, and your wings sprout out. They spread magnificently, and you flap them, and you soar away, meeting up with your friends in the sky.
All right, I think something bad's gonna happen to me. Let's go.
What?
What bad thing happens to you?
Just here, take this ring just in case.
What the you piece of crap.
Oh no.
Oh no, I already used the resurrection spell.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Guess
Okay.
we're flying to the
Man,
little
I wish
girl's
Stamos
house.
had out of character knowledge, but he doesn't.
What are you guys gonna do?
Hey
All
guys,
fa-
for some reason I think we should amass 25,000 gold.
All Feldorn has to say is, if Elwyn dies, the city dies with him.
Let's go, guys. We need to get it to the ground. We need to get somewhere safe.
So who had Feldorn? You have the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing? Where are you going?
I
We're
said
flying
do
to
a
the little
quick
girl's house.
Okay.
drive-by drop-off and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Okay. You reunite her with the family. The other girls and other children are there as well. One of the girls, her parents are right there. The other two had disappeared like earlier in the week, and they live on the opposite side of town. But you can tell that the families that are there already are taking care of the girls, and they'll absolutely see to it that they get back to where they're supposed to be, to their families. All right, and you guys return to the skies quickly. You can hear guards all around the city starting to mobilize as word has gotten out that these powerful intruders that had made an assassination attempt against the Lord have re-entered the city.
But we did kill him.
Well, that's what they think, that you just made an assassination attempt and were
Oh,
thwarted.
okay. Oh, those bastards. We should go back and get their glory.
Okay.
Did Owen have a staff of power?
You gonna start dividing up your loot? What are you doing?
No,
No, I'm
Owen's
just, I'm
not
just,
gonna
a-
die. He'll be fine.
I'm just asking.
I have a staff of Mage
Okay.
and my cool dragon stuff.
Okay.
No, he's not. He'll be fine.
Well, let's just say at some point we're gonna make a Constitution saving throw, and we'll see from there. All right, what are you guys doing?
Getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Okay.
Yeah, we're GTFOing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So you fly off into the night. I'm assuming you're headed back to the place where. Yeah. Where are you heading?
Towards our destination, I'm guessing.
Okay. So you guys are right around here right now.
I guess we can get as far away as we can, and then Euphemia, if you don't mind casting your mansion so we can rest. I'll out with spell. Well, no, I'm not out, but I've used up all my high level ones.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
Just
that's
because they were,
okay.
just because they were dicks, Feldorn relinquishes control of his ghoul that got left behind,
Oh, that's right. He was still down there.
and I relinquish control of him to run rampant on the town
Okay.
without saying a word to anybody.
Okay. All right. So you guys fly north for a ways. You get a couple miles away, and then you kind of land in a field far out of sight of anybody. It is late at night. You guys had to wait till after midnight to track the cultists down. So you know it's like 2 a.m. right now. Euphemia, are you casting your mansion?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys quickly retreat into the safety of Euphemia's mansion, and all breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Deimos, it hurts here, 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 and mostly here in this area.
What do you want me to do about that?
You're
Oh,
cool.
I know. You want me to heal
Yeah, yeah.
you? Oh, all right.
Feldor was about to slap the shit out of you. Don't lie.
Deimos, he says, "All right, here, recite with me, and we're gonna do the holy ritual of Tempest, sit-ups
Yeah.
and squats and everything."
So Elwin, are you taking off your clothes when you show him that, when you point to him, or not?
No.
No. Okay.
He's doing it on a doll.
All right.
And then, just to make it cool and get
Come on.
and kind of pump Deimos up, I'm gonna enlarge myself and become really strength.
Whoa, you're still a bitch, but it's okay, Ellen. I like you a lot. And I'm gonna fuck it. I guess everyone who's needs healing. I tell all the ones who want, as long as you're okay with doing push-ups and sit-ups for a little bit, I am going to. I'm gonna mass heal.
Feldorn just rolls his eyes.
All right. Mass heal. Everyone zeroes out all their damage as a wave of healing energy just pours over the party. You find yourselves restored in body, but you're still tired. It's still late at night, but everyone
All right.
seems healthy.
You feeling better now?
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, gotcha, brah.
All right. You guys spent a little bit of time just unwinding from the mission. Not quite sure what happened. That was a bit of a hard situation, but you guys decided to flee the situation instead of staying and fighting. You talk about it a little bit, and then you all head to your quarters and retire for the night.
Hey, before we sleep, Deimos, cast the heal spell on my ring if you still have a.
Yeah, what level you want it at?
I think heal is just level 7, right?
That's 6. Can I go in your
Level
ring?
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast it in there. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll cast it, but I'll cast that 7th level.
Okay.
There.
I'll cast the spell that I have in there because I didn't know the prayer of healing was casting time 10 minutes. So I'll just cast that to get it out, and then you can cast it in.
Alright, I cast it in, and then I wave you off. As Stamos is tired as shit and tries to fall asleep.
Thanks.
Okay.
Gotcha, bro.
All right. You guys all retire to your rooms, and as you do so, sleep comes restlessly to most of you, but eventually you get there. Feldorn, as the pain that had started in the underground, that cult site, that cult worship site, hasn't really gone away. It dulled down to like a manageable amount of pain, but you retreat back to your room, and you've been hiding the pain from your friends and stuff. You haven't really been voicing it, but you get to your room, and you just kind of like collapse down onto your bed, and the pain just comes back with a vengeance, and you feel yourself just like aching and just like being ripped apart from the inside as all this pain is just like washing over you. Go ahead and make me another Constitution saving throw. Okay. As the hours begin to tick by, you take just ongoing damage from this pain inside you. Even like at a couple points in the night, you just bend over the side of the bed and just like throw up all over. You try to find a basin or something like that, but it's not an easy situation for you right now. After you throw up, you feel just a little bit better, and you find yourself drifting off. And as you do so, you think that you'll find reprieve in sleep, but you find that it's just the opposite. As you drift off into your trance, you're tormented by worry, by fear, by darkness, by movement, and the swirling lack of direction. You're like floating in a great sea, and you can't tell which way is up or down and that kind of stuff. And you're just being spun around in darkness, and you hear a voice kind of resonate in your mind, just booming throughout your consciousness. It says, "Give in to the pain. It is good for you. It will change you, make you stronger. You, through the pain, will be aligned with my purposes. You will become an instrument of my reappearance in your weak, paltry world." The pain begins to wash over you again and again, and you're swirling. You can feel that as it's beginning to radiate out from your stomach now, all throughout your body, tendrils of pain lancing up to your arm, down through your torso to your legs, wrapping around concentrating in your chest where your heart is. Need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
Yep, 1 second. Let me change dice color because purple's not working for me.
Okay. Oops. So you take half this. Gritting your teeth, you just kind of fight against the pain, but you can feel the tendrils continuing to work their way up. Now the pain is lancing up the back of your neck, heading to your head. You hear this voice resonating through your mind again. "Give in! Give in! Let me journey through to you, and I will solve all your woes. I will deliver you from your plight with gods and demons." The pain lances up now, seems to be focused in your head. You can feel it just like penetrating your mind, and it's a migraine of epic proportions. You hear yourself screaming, you feel yourself screaming, but there's no sound in this void of darkness that you're floating in. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. 3 of them in a row. You hear this voice come through again. Yes, yes, give in to me. You will be mine. And it fades. It begins to fade away. The pain just begins to reside slowly and easily. You you lose consciousness completely. The experience just fades away. And you get lost in one of the deepest sleeps that you can remember in a long time. Okay. The following morning comes around. Feldorn, your exhaustion goes up to level 2.
That's for my staff.
Okay.
Oh, exactly.
Alright, next morning comes around. What are you guys doing?
Feldorn stays his ass in bed.
So exhaustion level 2. Level 1 is disadvantage on all ability checks. Level 2 is your speed is cut in half. Okay, so you have half speed and disadvantage on ability checks. Alright, Feldorn is in bed, aching in pain. Elwyn, you feel fine. Deimos and Euphemia, you wake up rested. I gave you guys a long rest. As you guys wake up, you guys come downstairs and you see a kind of harried, normally he's well put together, right? But this time he seems like there's sweat dripping off of him. His hair is a little bit mussed up, and his mustache is not exactly straight, and that kind of stuff. He's just sitting there in like the foyer area. He says,
I don't know why, but his face always makes me want to punch it.
he says, "It was about bloody time you all arrived." He says, "Making me walk all fucking night to find where you went? Huh. Thank you for leaving me in the city by myself. Ungrateful."
Didn't tell you to go in the city anyways.
"I didn't go in the city. I was waiting out south of town where you all were before you left for your evening venture, and all of a sudden you're gone, flying the opposite direction. Imagine my surprise and my deep heartache when I knew that my lady love just left me like that. Of course, being the gallant chap that I am, I fled and lent all speed to my legs to rejoin myself to you. But my lady," and he kind of flicks his hair backwards, and he kind of, all the mustiness just kind of goes away as he whips his hand through it. It all seems to fall back perfectly in place. He says, "I am here." And he flashes a smile at you.
Hey, Deimos. You think that's what we needed to take care of? Or there's still something else here?
I'm hoping that's what we had to take care of. I honestly have no idea. We're talking about those cultist guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that's what we're supposed to take care of. Deimos doesn't know. He's kind of lost.
Why don't you ask your gods of all-knowing?
Okay. I'll do that real fast. I'll just ask if the dude's dead.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna... So I'll cast that, And I'll just ask really fast if the guy's dead.
Which guy? The king?
If the target, because he was kind of vague on who the target was supposed to be.
He said he was pretty clear. Kill the ruler of this town that's oppressing his people.
Oh shit, guys. We might have had to kill that guy. Was he? Did he seem suppressive? Yeah, he's probably pretty suppressive, wasn't he, guys?
Dude, I don't know. I have. You want to go kill him? Let's go kill him.
I mean, I don't want to derail the whole thing. We already killed him once. We could go up to Mystrala.
Random good people because,
And we could try to
I
take
think
care
your
of
god's a
Mystrala.
little fucked up.
No, he's pretty fucking sweet. But we could go up, take care of the Mystrala thing, and then circle back around at the end, and never. Because I'm sure at this point they're pretty well guarded.
Yeah.
Your
What do you
god's
guys
fucked
think?
up.
Nah. Then why does Elstrade work for him if he's so messed up?
Illustrate doesn't work for that fat ass.
Actually, he's pretty ripped.
Okay. All right. So that's what you're doing? You're
Yeah, I think
continuing
we're
on?
gonna keep going on and then try to come back because they're gonna be way too guarded at this point.
Okay. Robin kind of stands up and says, "Well, it's about damn time. We've spent way too much of our precious travel time in this hellhole. Come on. I made you a promise, didn't I? On to Mystrala." Okay. As that happens, you see him turn, and he reaches like underneath his cloak. You can see him touch something underneath his cloak, and as he does so, he kind of puts his hand against the wall of your mansion, Euphemia, and he just pulls the mansion, the wall open, and he just steps out into the real world, and it shuts behind him.
Is annoyed. I don't say anything about it.
Okay. So, you guys continue on your journey back on the big map. You leave Task 1 and you keep traveling northward. The king hole that's north of Nanjan is kind of large and sprawling. It's one of the least organized ones. You're able to pass through it without encountering many guards or people or anything like that. It's a kind of one of the economically poorest of the countries. As you go through there, you see Robin stopping off at various shelters and small towns, and he'll reach into his little sack and he'll drop off little packets of things with various people, and then continue going northward with you. You make your way into the gray land of Osnesh. Off to the east of Osnesh, though, the population is very limited and sparse. It's more like flat gray plains, like salt plains. So there's nomadic tribes and stuff that wander around Osnesh. You encounter some of them along the way, but they steer clear of you. You steer clear of them. You can tell that this is not the most settled or civilized of lands. Perhaps further west where there's larger cities and stuff, but in the area that you guys are traveling, you're careful to avoid many of the bigger highways and commerce areas, except when you cross the this main road that heads from Osnesh to Oscaria. You would expect to see lots of people there, because that's the main trade route between Osnesh and Oscaria, but for some reason it's pretty sparse. Robin is guiding you along the way, and he just mentions that in passing. He says, "Odd, this road is usually well traveled. I wonder why no one is moving back and forth from Oscaria at the moment." You guys continue northward. Is there anything you wanted to do along this way? We're passing about a week's time right now. Anything you guys would have done over the period of a week while you're moving on?
I would have asked Deimos to cast another spell on my ring. I will let you know which one.
Feldner would have spent time still calculating all the magical calculations for those the spells I had sent you earlier.
Yeah, I emailed you back about them.
No, well,
yeah.
not the ones from today. The ones from like
Okay, yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Deimos is going to try to concentrate on the travels to the heavens. Try to ask Tempest for any new cool workout routines because he needs to get stronger and tougher.
Okay,
I'm
As-
probably gonna.
go on, go on.
I was just gonna say I was gonna probably call Elstrade and see if Tempest is having like a midlife crisis or something. Because he's like gone crazy.
Okay. We'll start with Deimos. Deimos, you spend some time along the way. You have a lot of time to reflect and just think about what the hell happened in Nanjan. And during one of those times, you find yourself just in frustration, calling up to the heavens, and you feel a familiar presence settle across your mind. But the tone of it is much different from any encounter that you've had with him previous. As the world in your eyes seems to turn to redden with flame, you see the god of war, just a vague vision of him, the briefest of apparitions, and you see him just massive, imposing, dwarfing you, showing up in full splendor in front of you. And he says, he looks down at you, towering over you, 100 feet taller than you, just looking down, his eyes glowing with red fire. He looks down at you and says, Deimos, I brought you forth from nothing. You called out to me, beseeching me for strength, and I gave it to you, so that you could do my bidding, and spread my fame across this world. I asked you to do but 3 simple tasks, and you deny me yet. He says, I will not suffer another act of disobedience. There will be one final task for you. Do not disappoint me again.
Ah, shit.
And he
Not
vanishes.
bad.
Okay. A few days later, Euphemia, it's you guys are traveling and it's a crystal clear night. It's been a while since you have been able to successfully commune with Elistray. But right now, with the convergence of the moon in the heavens with the constellation, the sword constellation in the sky, you look up and you realize that if there's any time you can reach out to Elistray, now would be the time. You sneak your way off into next to a small sagebrush, and you settle yourself down, and you focus your thinking and your thoughts across the heavens, and you reach out to your goddess, your song echoing through your mind, across your lips and off into the night sky. A peaceful song, a lullaby that focuses on the beauty of the moon and its journeys across the heavens. And you feel a warm presence beside you, and you look over and you see another drow female just sitting beside you, on the ground beside the sagebrush. She says, "Hello, daughter. I have not heard your voice in a while. Tell me, What ails you?
I feel like this war is taking up a lot more. Uh, Basically, it's changing people more than it should. We are been asked by the Tempest to stop a dictator, which doesn't seem that bad, but it ends up killing innocent people. Is it wrong to listen to such requests?
You see her breathe in. Her chest kind of rises and falls as as she takes in breath, and she sighs. War is an ugly thing, and I do not know him well. In fact, I have not seen him for quite a while. He and I are on opposite sides of this battle, this war across the heavens. He had gone one way, I had gone another, last I saw, at the dawn of the GodBreaking, she says. But of what I know of Tempest, his lust for battle is primary. His desire for justice and honor is secondary. If there is a moral compass for you and your crew, it will have to come from within you. She says, we've all had to do things that we would rather not. But we have to believe that the cause we are fighting for is worth it. She looks down and she says, my sword itself has spilled more blood than I care to admit, and I care to ever do again. She says, but for the very survival of our world, for the very survival of my people, of our people. She reaches out and she touches your cheek with one hand. She says, I will fight. I will survive. And so will you. You say anything else?
No, I'll just reflect on it.
She says, I have one gift for you, daughter. It has been a while, but I've had a measure of peace and some time to rest. I have heard your prayers. I have seen the deeds that you have done in my name. And it has filled me with joy. It has given me a measure of hope. Here, for your travels, to ease you on your way, know that I am with you, and I care for you. And she reaches out and she touches the now dead and lifeless looking amulet around your neck. And as she does so, the silver begins to sparkle and shine. And as she vanishes in a haze of moonlight, you look down, and the amulet around your neck is glowing like it has not glowed in probably close to a year. But its life
So
has
she
returned to it.
recharged it?
Yes, she did.
Cool.
Okay. Dawnbreak of the 7th day. You guys are within eyesight of the border of Mystrala. You approach it, and there are no walls. There are no armies. There are no settlements or anything really to denote that it is a border, an important border, except two individuals just sitting by the wayside, on the path that you're that you're heading to. Um, Slightly older individuals, I'm guessing in the 40s or 50s, simply clothed in robes. As you approach, the older one, a man of gray beard and very little hair on his head, raises his hand to you and says, "Hail, travelers! Before you journey further, I would have a word with you." "Have you no words? And you,
Nope.
where you come from, are greetings not customarily responded to? I thought I had done
Nope.
well."
Yeah. Can I have your cloak?
He says, "I'm afraid not."
Can I have your beard?
He says,
I need a good outfit.
"With
I need to blend in so they'll never see me coming. I'm gonna murder that son of a bitch.
he looks at you puzzled. He says, "This does not bode well for your entry into the grand country of Mystrala."
I have cash.
He says,
I'll step forward and say, "Let me apologize for my companions. We've been on the road for a very long time, and we're just very tired. Greetings to you."
he says, "And greetings to you. Good to see a civilized one amongst the lot." He says, "I apologize, but all entrance to Mystrala has been forbidden. We are taking no travelers except those who are headed to the spire, the Silver Spire, and who have been given letters of invitation. Otherwise, by
Oh,
law of the land, we cannot allow entry at all. I
okay.
apologize."
There's no need to apologize. Let me show you our letter of entry or our papers or whatever the gave us.
Okay.
Show it to him.
So the letter of reference from Akelia, from the princess.
Yep.
All right. You unwrap. You pull out the scroll and you hand it over to him, and he as he opens it up, he looks down and his eyes flit across the parchment. His younger companion, and younger by just a few years, he's also kind of older and hunched. Is just watching over his shoulder, and you see the older man lean over and talk to the guy by him and say. They whisper to each other, and he says, and he turns back to you and he says, "Fascinating. He says, all would appear well. The the bright prodigy Akelia has not previously referred anyone to the citadel, or to the spire. Good to see that she is active and well." He hands back the paper to you and says, "If that is the case, then all of you may proceed."
Thank you.
Okay. You guys continue onward.
I'm just gonna ask him for, if he can give us the layout of Mistrala, where we should go, and what direction and all that stuff. Any special rules we should follow.
He smiles and he laughs. He says, "Look, just look over there. There is but one place to head in Mystrala. The Silver Spire. You can see it from here, just off in the distance." He points off across the way, and you can see the haze of it. A massive monument just jutting out from the ground, way away. You're probably talking like 100 miles. But you can still see glimpses of it from where you are. And he says, "That is the only place to head in Mystrala." He says, "The land is filled with denizens and people who have come seeking an audience with an arcanist or a mage or an instructor in Mystrala. Many have settled in the area, but it is also a place filled with the whimsies of wizards and sorcerers. You will see many curious things here in this land that you will not see elsewhere. The people of Mystrala have lent themselves to other races, to ally themselves with, to aid them in ways, to do work and manual labor. The Minotaurs have settled down and have allied themselves with the teachers in the academy. They are trusted. They are our hands and our feet. And there will be many things. Not everything, I warn you, not everything you see is indeed real. There are many illusions at work here. But for a hopeful such as yourself, with a reference from the great princess, he says, I'm sure you will be well suited to this land you are about to enter.
Okay. Thank you very much for the information.
Okay. You guys continue forward, and over the next couple of days, you journey through Mystrala, and there are people. There are friendly people, and there's people who are weird and odd. It's kind of like you're walking into I don't know, into Alice's Looking Glass almost. And you don't see a bunch of weird and creepy stuff, but you do see people who just like stare at you and just are just odd. You'll see large and imposing structures. As you continue through, sometimes you'll detect that they're illusions, and really it's just a small shack that's being hidden. And sometimes you're walking forward and you'll see the exact opposite. What first appears to be a small cabin is actually, once you pierce the illusion, a fine house, a fine dwelling place. You see all sorts of constructs around you, and as you get closer to the spire, the density of population grows and grows. But you gather that the center of Mystrala is just one great big, sprawling kind of settlement. It's not as densely packed as a city, but there's people just in general gravitate towards where the spire is, and the further out you get, the more sparse it is. But that's kind of how it is. Approaching, as after a couple of days of travel, you can see in full glory what they mean by the Silver Spire, as there's no way to avoid it. They are jutting up from the ground, almost singularly erect into pointing towards the heavens. You see the spire just towering over the landscape. It is massive. The top of it actually breaks the clouds, and you see clouds just flowing around it, as it just is imposing above the landscape. You're not exactly sure how far away it is from you because you really don't have a reference point. It seems close, but you've been traveling for days, and it's still ever in front of you. As you guys get closer and closer, you make out what seems to be the edge of the densest part of the civilization around the base of the spire. Basically, and I don't have a map for this land, so I'll have to draw it. Basically, if the spire is in the center, right? All around it, there are rings of civilization that just kind of like radiate outwards, and they grow more and more sparse around it. But right around this outer ring here is kind of a defined. There's a defined area, a defined border. There's no walls or anything, but you can tell that as you're approaching, and it's really in the color of the air. Almost, it's like you're walking from one zone into another zone, or you're at least looking from one zone into another zone. This is the area. This is the base of the Silver Spire proper, and inside it is much more civilized. There's a lot more going on. There's more buildings. There's more structures. You see more smaller spires around the Silver Spire as much smaller. As you can tell, this is the hub of power and attention and focus of commerce here. Okay? As you guys approach it, the air ahead of you marks a border. It's about It's like this light purplish hue that you can just see looking ahead of you. Like the area beyond it is is just different. You guys are about 100 feet away from the border. What are you guys doing?
Mass, what do you guys want to do?
Um, well, we're supposed to be. Well, we'll just ask questions, right? We're trying to get to at my sister's house. I didn't bring my notebook. What's the dude's name that the princess told us to kick his ass?
Um, the princess said this. Shit, where'd it go? Oh, can't find it. She said, beware, Headmaster Aaron, or Aaron.
No, she didn't say to kill him.
She said, greet Seer. Um, that's what it was. Cotinian, and give Telephos a kick in the pants.
Right. I think we should seek out the seer Kotanen first.
Okay.
If she said that we can trust him and stuff, and kind of let him know what we've heard, and see if he has any information that can corroborate it or something that's been fishy happening lately.
Okay.
But yeah, I would ask around to see where we could find the seer Kotanen, and I'll be right back. I gotta take the dog out.
Okay. You guys head towards the border, and a young woman approaches you. Just as you're walking around, there's things everywhere, and you're seeing these large, odd constructs around you. You're seeing minotaurs around, just going about commerce as usual. So you can tell the minotaurs are acting like guards. You're seeing people walking, and next to them, around them, are like living plants aiding the people. You know, the plants will put. You see them pushing carts, or you'll see a larger tree like holding up its branches to give shade to people. You see smaller vines, like a bush or a shrubbery, moving alongside an elderly lady, almost like a carrying her bags on it, that kind of stuff. All these things around you, various illusions and colors and all those things dancing around. And from it all, a young lady with like silverish gray hair walks up to you. A human lady walks up to you. And says, "Stop. Stop where you're going, right there. I'll have you cease. That is about as far as you're allowed to go."
Feldorn keeps walking.
She stands bodily in front of you now and says, "I said, stop."
I dimension door away from her.
As you try to cast a spell, you see her flash her hand, and you are countered. She says, "This is the border to the foot of the Silver Spire. I have been tasked with guarding entry to this place from all who are not supposed to be here. Who are you? What is your purpose here? What do you seek?"
I apologize. I completely forgot what we were coming here for.
it was your idea.
Yeah, but I've been waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning for the past few weeks.
You get used to it.
Will any of
Oh
you...
yeah, I remember.
uh,
So
succubus lady.
I tell her, hey, look, there's a demon that's trying to do something to the weave, and we're here to find out if he's around here or if some kind of incarnation of Mystra is here to protect her and protect the weave.
She glances at you and she says, to suggest that the might of Mystrala could be brought down or threatened by a demon? She says, you have no idea what power is focused here. If that is your concern, you may turn around right now and head back to wherever you came from.
I start laughing in her face. I'm like literally laughing in her face. I'm like, obviously you're too stupid to realize that if all magic is gone, you're just as pathetic as any other normal mortal.
She says, whatever you say, outsider. No one may enter the foot of the spire without proper reference and without going through me.
I look at Owen. Hey, Owen, show her the letter.
Okay, Ellen kind of steps up and shows her the letter. She looks at it and she says, oh. Akelia sent you, did she?
Yep.
Well, she says, you are definitely not getting in then.
Well, what if we cast really powerful spells to show you we're strong?
I would not be impressed.
What would impress you?
She says, I guess I am honor-bound by tradition. Tradition says that if you are able to best the guard in a series of small tests to prove your worth,
A fight?
then I am obliged to give you entry. But I warn you, you will not defeat me. You might as well just turn around and go back to whence you came.
Well, bring the guards out. Deimos is in a very bad mood right now, and he really wants to hit stuff.
She says,
I
I
think she's the guard.
am your guard.
Are you the guard? Okay. All right. You fight
Gonna
all
be
of
a
us,
battle
or
with-
do we just fight you one on one? What are the rules here?
She smiles and she says, why, I thought you'd never ask.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just gonna power the fuck up.
She spreads her hands abroad, and between them, just lightning begins to flash between her fingertips. And as she does, she looks at you and she blinks, and she closes her eyes. You can see on her eyelids, this is the first time you've noticed them, a glowing series of tattooed runes just across her eyelids. And as she opens her eyes, they kind of disappear. She stands before you. She says, I am Listrael, Magnus of Lightning. I stand before you. 3 tests you will encounter, and if you pass them, you may gain entry to Mystrala. If not, then you will leave, or you will die.
What are the damn tests? You keep talking about some damn tests, and you never tell us what the tests are.
First, she says, a show of strength.
All right. I go up to her and I snap her neck.
She points over to an object, like a stone sitting on the ground, and she says, "The one who can do the most damage to this rock in a single blow will succeed this test."
I got this, guys.
Yeah, he's got this. I say, hey, lady, sit the fuck down. The fire god dude is gonna go do some shit.
She looks at you, Ellen, as you step forward, and she says, "Ah, a true magic user. Let's see if you have the wherewithal to back up your words."
Is there a lot of stuff around that I can cause a lot of damage to, or do I have to
It's a fairly civilized area, but the rock, and I put it on the combat tracker, is kind of off in like an open area. So you can AOE it if you need to without doing a lot of damage. But I'm not. You probably wouldn't be able to meteor swarm it without like wrecking a bunch of houses and stuff.
I'm good at wrecking houses. All right, no problem. I will just. I don't see it on the combat tracker.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. And I will cast a disintegrate at 8th level.
Okay.
What?
You can't.
Hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna re-roll the 3 ones and the 3 2s.
You can do that on force damage.
I can do that on any damage.
Oh, yeah, that's because of what's that feat?
The meta magic.
That's right. Okay. So let's see. The ones and the twos is what you rerolled.
9 minus 21.
21 minus 9, so add 12. So you did 129 damage to it. Okay. So describe what happens as you point to the rock.
Yeah, I'll just step up to it, and I'm gonna have my dragon head staff in one hand, and I'm gonna point one finger at it, and the green ray of force damage is just gonna smack the rock right in the middle. It's not gonna explode or anything like that. It's just gonna turn to dust.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn around and say, "Would that work? Would that do it?"
She looks at you all and she raises an eyebrow. She's like, interesting. Impressive. She raises both her hands and you can see her begin to focus, and the lightning around her begins to glow and pulse and shimmer. Alright. She targets the rock. And she's going to roll. She stands there actually for like about 10 seconds, just concentrating and building her energy up. Let's see what she can do. Okay, a surge of lightning just careens through her fingertips, and just crackles through the sky, splitting the air. You can smell the ozone bursting around it, and you can hear the shock of the sonic boom. But as it hits the rock and splinters off a large slab of it, she stands there, and you can see a scowl cross her face, and she glances at you and she says, "I don't know who you are, but I will not lose to some peon of Akelia's. We move on to the second test. This one is
Felder says somebody sounds jealous.
This is one of dexterity.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of skill more than brute force. She kind of sneers at you. She says, "There is an object on the other side of the city, sitting under a golden shrub. Whoever can scry to it most accurately and determine describe the features of it most accurately wins."
Yeah, I guess
What's
this
that
is.
do with dexterity?
She said skill. This has to do with skill.
I asked her, I was like, wait a second.
Arcane skill.
I don't know much about this, but you seem to already know exactly where it is and probably exactly what it looks like.
Well, then you will lose.
Well, yeah, but it seems like you're kind of afraid. Why don't we pick something that's, like, hard to pick out? Maybe like a country over.
She says, curious. Very well, describe it. What should we scry towards?
There's a feudal lord who's oppressive and a dickhole in Taswan.
Okay. She says, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, but you can't do. Oh, I mean, it might be above your power level.
She says, very well. She says, this feudal lord you speak of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What is the contest? What are we looking for?
Describe his face and exactly where the fuck he's at.
She says, done. Just, I will go first this time. Alright, so she casts Scry, she sits down on the ground, and you can see her place her palm in the dirt, and there's a pulse of static electricity that comes off, that radiates off her hand, and you see the dirt around it just begin to form and cluster up into an arcane circle, an arcane drawing on the ground. And she closes her eyes, and the runes tattooed on her eyelids begin to glow, and she casts Scry. Alright, so basically Elwyn, or whoever's going to Scry for you, we're going to do a contested intelligence check to see who can do this best.
Can anybody else scry, or am I the only one?
Sure, they
You're
will.
alone. I can
You have the
try.
orb. You have this. I mean, anyone can use your crystal ball.
Anybody want to try? I'm not very intelligent.
What?
This whole party isn't done. We don't have any geniuses here.
Deimos is pretty smart.
Well, it's about your arcane. Isn't your arcane pretty high?
It's a contested intelligence check.
Oh.
I have a +0 to intelligence.
What you guys gonna do? How you gonna beat her? Shit.
I do
I
have,
have
Don't say that.
She makes a
I
check.
do have a luck point. I do have
one
lucky.
second. Deimos does have a +1 to intelligence, and he can even cast the thing on himself, which he doesn't know why he knows how to cast it, but he can enhance his intelligence, or he can enhance your intelligence, or anyone else's intelligence.
You want to enhance mine, and then I still have the luck point. Case?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And it'd be nice if our bard gave somebody a bardic inspiration.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about singing the song of fiery murder. You know? I'm not sure how inspiring that would be.
But yeah, I'll sit down and look into my crystal ball and
Okay.
wait for Deimos to inspire or to enhance me.
All right.
Alright, I enhanced you. Oops, I didn't do the right one.
I give him bardic inspiration.
Whoops a doopser. I tried to hold you.
I'll give him a bardic inspiration too.
Okay. All right, Elwyn.
I won't sing about him killing people, so that probably didn't need to die for no reason.
I will luck point.
You roll one die. And you can use the larger any number that you choose. Okay.
Oh,
So you're an 8. She rolled a 10. So
And you have your bardic inspiration.
no.
all right, you're looking into your crystal ball at the same time as she is, and you're trying to cut through the fog of it, and you're not really quite able to see into the to where the Lord Pan of Nanjan is at the moment. You can see she's struggling too. For some reason, it's very difficult. It's almost like there's a barrier of protection around him. But then you hear Euphemia's crystal clear song just cut through and focus your thinking. And she also just points out, she says, "It's right there, stupid." And you look and you realize that she's right. And you just focus on that area of the crystal ball, and suddenly the fog just splits open, and you see Lord Pan sitting on a chamber pot inside his palace.
Teleport me, you son of a bitch.
His robes
Break him.
kind of
Snack
just like hiked up around his waist.
And kill him.
All right.
Okay.
I'm a the Game of Thrones his ass, just like that old dude.
Frustrated, she stands up and she stomps the ground, and she says, "You have bested me in the first 2 trials," she says, "but the third, I guarantee you will not. The final trial," she says, "is single combat, my specialty."
Anybody
Which-
want to do this?
Which
or-
one of you would dare face me?
I'll do it if no one wants.
I mean, I don't care. Who likes fighting mages?
I'm technically a mage slayer. Just so
Well,
you know.
yeah, if that's what you're good at.
Go for it. I'll step aside if you want to do it.
Actually, in the meantime, Ellen, you should teleport me to Potty Dude. I want to snap his neck. Just make me feel better about myself.
I honestly think you should. I just want to see what would happen.
Okay, Euphemia, you step forward. Alright. And
With a big sigh.
she points you over to an earthen circle where walls have been kind of raised up around. And she jumps over and into the...
So what are the rules before I enter the, I ask her before I enter the thing.
She says, "This is not a fight to the death. This is fight to unconsciousness." She says, "But other than that," she says, "no holds barred.
Magic, weapons, anything? that we-
Anything. Anything that you might choose to bring forth. I warn you that they will not help you." She says,
Can
"I
I
am..."
call lightning down? Or light?
What?
I'm gonna call light.
Oh. It's one-on-one.
Yeah, but he's part of me. I created him.
He's a mount. He's a pet. It's one-on-one.
Yeah, mount.
Nope.
Part of me.
One-on-one.
See, now you're picking at things.
Roll initiative.
You really want to go, Deimos? Let's go.
Yeah, I say we do it. We can get back way before this fight's over. Euphemia can't die that fast.
Okay. Euphemia, you win the initiative roll. You go first. She steps into the ring, and as soon as she lands, you quicker than she expects, blur into action. What do you do?
That was quick.
I'm gonna laugh if she rolls a nat 20.
Okay, I'll just go all out, I guess. I'll do my... I think I'll do that. Wait!
What you doing?
I'm looking for the spell. I can't remember because we keep moving the things around. I'm doing my sword hit one.
Okay, the multiple attack on one character.
So, 5... So, 9... I'm gonna hit her 9 times.
Okay, that's your 9th level spell.
Yeah, my 9th level.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the first one with disadvantage. As a stream of electricity flows around her. You swing at her, you still barely make contact, but you can tell that the damage is greatly weakened. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Give me 1 second, I'm just reading this, making sure I know what the things are. Okay, reaction. Okay. So roll damage.
Okay. So that's halved because of her lightning armor. So that's the first attack.
So you want me to roll them all at one time, or can I roll them all at what?
You can go ahead and do the other ones now.
9, yeah, 9 or 8 more times.
Technically,
Whoops.
that nat 20 just kills her.
Oh shit! Did you kill her twice?
Yeah, kind of.
Ah, you're going to jail.
Just roll damage.
Well, she has a Vorpal sword.
She's not gonna
literally
die.
just-
The GM can say I can cut off her head, or I can roll like a bunch of dice to count as cut off her head.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 6 hits and 2 crits. I think that's what that comes out to.
6 hits and 2 crits.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And how do I crit?
You hold
Hold
shift.
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 Remember, for the Vorpal sword, you roll. I think it's like another. Never mind.
Okay. The last one comes through, and as you just move straight to her, and in a flurry of sword slashes. Go ahead and describe it. What do you do?
I'm just gonna walk up to her slowly, pull out my sword, and I'm just gonna start. Did anyone play Metal Gear Solid Revengeance?
Nope.
No, I did not.
Basically, it's the Raiden game where he plays a ninja and he can slow down time and cut anyone into a billion pieces.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that.
Okay. You vanish in a flurry of slashes and shadow images and all these things. You're like yeah. Time slows and
But basically, I'm just
your
gonna
sword is
walk
flying.
up to her and then I'll just vanish and then it's just gonna be sword cuts everywhere.
Yeah. And before she can react, you can see the lightning armor that she had summoned just begin to dissipate and shatter around her, and it filters off into the air. And when all is said and done, she collapses down to the ground. And basically, just completely drained.
Can I reappear like right behind her? Just keep walking
Yeah.
and get out of the ring. Like I don't even look. I don't even look at her.
Okay. Deimos and Elwyn, you guys were mid-sentence about talking about possibly going back, and Euphemia just pops out of the ring and says, "I'm done."
Well, I figured. Shit. The bitch didn't have a chance. I mean,
You know what,
young lady
Deimos?
didn't have a chance. What?
We should wait at least one more day. That way I can cast. I can put the teleport spell into my ring, and then you can attune to it just in case when we get there. And if I die, you have a way of coming
I
back.
got a way out. And you're not gonna die. I got a gate. I'll end up somewhere.
You'll end
I'll
up
find my
somewhere.
way back eventually.
You'll end up somewhere.
Somewhere.
So we need a side journey to find out where the fuck our healer went.
Yeah. I'll find my way back. I think we can do it.
Okay.
It's up to you though, but I think we can do it.
She says, after a few moments go by, Lestrel, or Lestrael, her name is. There she is. She says, "Very well." She says, "You may enter the
No
foot
shit.
of the Silver
Got
Spire."
this done a lot faster.
Okay. You guys step into the you see in front of you the way has been cleared. She waves a hand, and the purple haze that you saw before you just kind of dissipates in front of you, and you guys are clear to enter to the foot of the Silver Spire.
Aw, shit.
Feldorn gives her his greater healing potion. It says here, you look like you need one of these.
She glances up at you for a second, and you can see a hint of sort of shock across her face, and she hesitantly reaches out and says, "Thank you." And she accepts it.
And then I just keep walking by without saying anything else.
Okay. As you guys cross into the foot of Mystrala, Robin pops up next to you, Euphemia, and says, "My gods, woman," he says, "I don't believe that I have seen something so sexually charged in my life. That was amazing."
Does he pop up in front of all of us?
He's been walking alongside you the whole time.
But I mean, he just like popped out of nowhere where we didn't see him, or was he just with us the whole
No,
time?
he's been with you the whole time. He like, walks
Okay.
over next to Euphemia.
Okay, because if he scared the shit out of me, he was about to get fingered to death.
He leans over to Euphemia. He says, "Remind me to never get on your bad side."
Like,
Okay? And as you guys are walking forward, he's there talking to Euphemia, and all of a sudden he glances up, and this massive tree, and there's no other way to put it, tree with a head full of branches and everything like that, comes charging around a corner, and he hear Robin like squeal a little bit, "Ah!" And he ducks down, and this thing just like barges over where he was about to step, and goes blasting right by you, and it's being chased by a couple of minotaurs, and you see a few halflings and humans rushing behind it, shouting and screaming, chasing down this large tree-looking figure around in front of you, just like crossing your path in front of you. Yeah, some of the guards in a huff say, "You get out of the way! We have to chase down this rogue, awakened damn tree." And you look around and you see for the first time that we couldn't see it from the outside, but inside where this area is, there's a bunch of people and shops and buildings and that kind of stuff. But every once in a while you hear a little bit of a scream, and like you see a lady being chased, this time by like a walking vine, and a person over there is standing and just grabbing like a piece of bread, back and forth, is struggling over it with a smaller tree that's in front of him. There are a lot of these awakened plants that are behaving normally and doing their job to help people, but every once in a while you see ones that are acting quite crazily. They are and the larger one that just crossed Robin's path is actually doing damage to the city as he's going by. He knocks over a cart. He scrapes by and just like rips into the wall of a small shack and
How far is
structurally
he from
compromises
us?
it. The tree?
Yeah.
By this point, it's about 40 feet away from you. It's being chased
Okay.
by several guards and stuff.
I think that's still in range. Yep. I wave my hands toward the tree and cast Hold Monster on it.
Okay. The save is probably not going to be made, but we will try it. Was it Constitution save or Wisdom?
Wisdom, DC 23.
Okay. This massive tree-looking thing just halts in place.
And then I look at the guards. Go. You can go get it now.
All right. This thing just like standing there. I'm just frozen in place. The guards all go up to it and they grab a bunch of ropes and they wrap it around and they start tying it up. And you can tell that they're pretty frustrated. After a few minutes, one of the guards comes up to you and says, "My thanks. These damn things have been acting up all day long. Not quite sure what's happening. He says, but I'd give a day's wage to not have to trace down another fucking tree.
So why are the trees going crazy?
He says, it's probably that batty old crone. She summoned up all these things and who knows? Maybe she's having a hot flash or something. But look all around, it's causing chaos. These damn plants everywhere.
What batty old crone?
She said, what's her name? She works in the spire, lower level. She teaches like fucking nature magic or something. Renly's her name.
Obviously, she shouldn't be teaching magic if her magic is going awry.
Hey, he says, there is a bit of a reward out for solving these problems. He says, small bounty, but if you were interested in helping with this ordeal like you did with this large one here, we would be appreciative.
Bounty, you say? How much is this bounty?
He says, a meager amount. He looks over. So how much was it last count? 15,000 gold.
Sure, make the coin purse payable to Feldor, and you got yourself a deal.
He says, solve the problem, and it will be yours, with our gratitude.
Most definitely.
Okay. You guys make your way, well, what do you guys want to do?
I guess I want to go to the spire and talk to the tree lady.
Okay.
I think, if not, it was where Euphemia was doing her little fighty thing. We just try to pop out really fast to try to kill this guy and then come back.
You're gonna try it? You're gonna try to teleport back to Task 1?
I think it was just like because he already scried over there. Try to teleport pretty darn close and just blow him up.
Okay. So just you and Ellen?
I think so.
Okay. Alright,
But-
alright.
I'm definitely gonna power myself up before we go.
Let's do this. What are you doing?
Well, we already scried to that area, ish.
So that would
And,
be. Would that be seen casually?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, we got 46% chance of being there, so just stay close.
All right, and we're gonna stay close. As this when Damage is like supercharging himself, Damos doesn't really want Tempest to forgive him, but he wants to. He's pretty mad that he let the guy go, and he wants to go there and just pound the shit out of him.
Okay.
All right.
What are you doing, Owen?
You death warded me already, so
Yep.
we're good to go. I'm gonna drop a dagger, make sure I have a way to anchor us to teleport us back here just in case.
Okay.
And let's do this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Seen casually.
That would have been that it viewed once. Would have got us there too.
Nice. Even description would have been on target. Nice.
Have you guys seen the chart?
Oh yeah, it shows up. Yeah. Oof.
Because that looks like off target to me.
Wait, 88?
Right? Viewed once or oh, you're looking at seen casually. Okay. Okay. I was looking at viewed once.
Or viewed once was on target too.
Oh, okay,
Even
yeah. All right, you're
description.
right. You're right. All right. I was looking at the wrong line. Okay, so you guys zip out of view for a moment. You arrive back in the. This is more like the adjoining area to the throne room. You guys just zip into view, and he is. In a small
On the
room.
potty.
Let's see here. It would have been from when you scried. Not too long. He's probably sitting there reading magazines, sitting on the crapper, right here in the side room, right where you are right now.
That's legit. As soon as we pop in, King Tamos just kind of blow him up with the strongest possible punch he's ever tried to punch before.
Okay. You're gonna just punch him? He
I'm
looks
gonna-
up. There's this old Asian-looking man sitting down, his robes hiked up, so while he's sitting on a chamber pot. He's got a couple scrolls in his hands. He looks up with his shock and his face, and his mouth just like opens slack-jawed, and you can see him trembling a little bit.
I
What
said,
do you do?
I said, we brought you back, and then you try to have us murdered again. You son of a bitch. And I'm going to just crash him in the face.
Okay, roll damage. It's a crit too. I mean,
It's a
just
crit?
like,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, you just surprised the dude on the toilet. Come on.
You
Are you,
burn
are, you,
that
are, you
spell
doing,
slot.
are you doing lethal damage or non-lethal damage?
I'm doing fuck this guy damage.
After the explosion of radiant energy and fire, whatever's left of him just like slurps down into the chamber pot that he was sitting on.
I'm taking his crown. Yeah, I'm taking his crown,
All right,
and
you're covered in blood, by the way,
All right.
and splatter.
I hold on to Elwyn, and as long as I don't instantly see any type of cool little trophies on him, I'm taking his. Can I take his beard? Can I rip his beard off?
No, it's splintered all over the place, man.
That's fine. I'm taking
You
a
see,
piece of hair.
you're seeing chunks of bone like embedded in the wall.
Good. This is good, guys. This is good. This is very good. Yeah, I'm taking the hat, and I'm going to kick that chamber pot over too, and make it even worse with to clean up this son of a bitch's body. And I'm like, Elwyn, thank you so much. I owe
You should
you
bring
a
his
lot of
clothes
drinks.
too while you're at it.
Yeah, if there's any clothing left, I'm stealing that shit too. Like, it's going to be like, punch, explode, grab the shiny thing really fast, go to Elwyn and be like, hey buddy, that was awesome. I owe you one. And let's get the fuck out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna grab him and teleport back.
Okay. As you do that, the door is ripped open and you see Kian-Mei just standing there, and she looks around and she glances at you, Owen, and she just screams in rage and in anger and in sorrow. What do you cast teleport?
Yep.
Okay. You guys zip out of existence. Away from that throne room. And you can hear when you teleport back to Mystrala, haunting your mind is the screams of Kian-Mei, as obviously her uncle and her liege, her royal liege, has been just killed. Ellen, roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Give it to me.
No. What?
That's necrotic damage. As
What
in
are
your
these?
chest, all of a sudden, the handprint that she had left on your chest contracts, and you can feel it pulse through your body in crippling pain, and you drop down to your knees with you're breathing ragged. But after a few minutes, your sweating subsides, and you can feel the pains begin to dissipate, and you shake it off.
Deimos looks in the sky after they teleport back, and a single teardrop goes down his eyes as he thanks the Lord Sovereign God Midas for using regular damage and not crazy shit.
But he didn't fail the Constitution saving throw.
He made it.
I know, but still,
If he failed it, he would have died.
we got a
Would I
full on
Death
super
Ward
god Tarask in this game.
would have gone off? Or would I died?
You'd have died. They would have had to succeed a resurrection on you.
Oh,
If
so
you-
Death
if-
Ward wouldn't have done anything?
If they had failed the death ward, you would have. No. This
may have
is
would've given us maybe
this
a
is
bonus.
quivering palm. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd be dead. Your heart
Okay.
explodes, and Deimos would have to successfully resurrect you.
I would have nuked the fuck out of that city. There would have been no more Little China in this world.
Let's see.
Like
That
for
was a
con-
really high roll. But she had an 18 DC, so if you had rolled a 10 or a 9 or lower, you'd be dead.
Yeah, if the roll would have been a 20 or lower, I would have used the luck point to reroll it.
Alright. Okay, you guys are good.
I mean, remember, there's 24 short rests in a day. I had to take in 24 short rests to nuke the fuck out of that time.
That was fun. Gambling with the lives of people.
And
Gambling.
I would have shattered my earring of power, too.
I'm telling you, Damos holds out this sweet ass crown thing he's got.
Feldorn takes it from you.
No, he's giving it to Elwin. And if Elwin wants to give it to you, he can.
Feldorn snatches that shit out your hands.
Come
I'm
on.
I'm gonna prestidigitate my robes of the Magi until I'm clean.
Yeah,
It's with as much gore as Damos splattered, it takes you guys like a full half hour of prestidigitation to get every little spot of it.
Yeah, that's
You're
fine.
you're having to like focus it down to like individual square inches of clothing. That's how soaked you guys are with gore and shit and stuff.
But yeah, if Elwin doesn't want that crown, Feldrin, you can totally have it.
What you talking about? It took it out your hands with that sleight of hand.
What sleight of hand? Oh, a 26. Oh, one second.
Even with exhaustion, he still rocks that sleight of
Oh
hand.
well, let me see if I can.
I don't want it. He can have it.
Okay, Damos is gonna he's gonna be like, here's this cool crown, and he looks down. He's like, oh shit. And I look up at Feldor, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Okay, you
Feldorn
teleport.
just cracks a smile.
You teleport back to where
I left my dagger.
the rest of them are, and that's about the time, Feldorn, that you're getting this. You finish getting this information from the guards. They just pop back into existence, covered in blood and gore, smelling like shit. And you see Elwin just collapse down to the ground for a couple minutes, and then he just kind of stands up. Deimos has this silly grin on his face. Yes,
Oh, you guys
literal
smell
shit.
like shit.
Literal shit. Yeah.
But it's fine. Damos feels so good about himself right now.
Okay.
So what did you do?
Well, as you see the crown in his hand, and I was gonna give it to Elwin, but then I noticed that you stole the crown. So I'm guessing you probably know what happened.
All right.
I just let out a sign like, well, kind of deserved it.
Yeah, that son of a bitch.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
After we're all clean, we'll do whatever Feldorn was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feldorn tells them about the trees going crazy and says we should go find this crazy tree lady in the Silver Tower and see what the fuck's wrong with her.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You make your way across town, and you see a few more odd sights. You see like a smaller tree just chasing a little gnome, just swatting at the gnome with his branches. You see like a poinsettia bush just running away with a pie in its hand, stuff like that, just awkward stuff. As you make your way towards the spire, the guard, the Minotaur at the front door, just kind of stands in your way and says, "Goes there. What do you want?"
Feldorn lets out a sigh. He's like, God damn it, how many fucking guards are we gonna run into today?
If you don't go places you're not supposed to be, you won't be getting challenged by guards. Makes sense, huh?
Like, Helen, do you have a polymorph spell?
Nope.
Damn it.
I'm here for the tree lady.
Oh, just you want to see Instructor Renly, eh?
Yep.
Well, fortunate for you, she's open to all visitors at all times. He says, "Not this way though. You go around back. Her office is in the back."
Cool shit.
And with that, I'm gonna log off because I gotta get some sleep.
All right, Feldorn. Have a good night.
Yep, good night, guys.
You guys head around the base of the spire, and it takes you, a good 20 minutes to walk around just the 1 foot. This thing is massive. It juts towards the heavens, and like I said, it pierces the clouds. at the top of it, glowing, just like crackling, or just concentration of power at the very top of the spire. You guys are looking up, and all of a sudden you bump into the very small creature down, like it's like
User disconnected from your channel.
slightly over knee high to you, Deimos, as you're rounding the corner. You see this odd looking old elderly gnome just staring straight up at you with like a little bit of a frown on her face.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Yo, girl, what's up?
I'm going to see a tree. Wait, what? I've never seen you around here. Who are you?
I am a beefcake.
What the fuck?
I'm something so big and delicious that not even the Lord God DM can have a piece of this,
What?
because it's meat.
I
What are you talking
him up
about?
and down. I look him up and down because I'm like, has he been smoking something? But then, like, is he actually a beefcake now?
You have to understand, Deimos, his character in this game is like borderline retarded. I don't know why his intelligence of 12. It should be like 6.
It's his charisma is very, very fucking terrible.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I did terribly, but yeah, you're a beefcake. Yes, that you are. Yes,
I'm
the
huge.
entrance is that way. Yeah, feel free. Yes, have a good day.
What's with the trees?
Oh, never you mind. Well, if you see a rampaging tree, go the other way or try to find a minotaur to stop it, and then call me. Just find a non-rampaging tree to get me.
Okay. She
Well-
seems legit, guys.
We just saw all that, and I guess we've come to get you.
Oh, great. Okay, want to join me then? Like, yes, I'm just gonna go check on the tree now. And I give a little whistle, and the boulder comes along.
Yeah. She whistles, and behind her you see this very large, like imposing pile of rock, just lumbering behind her. Oh, I didn't share the image first. I didn't preload it. It'll load up in a second.
I hop into his arms, and I'm like, that away! Think.
Okay. He
Mind
nods,
if
and he
we
just
come with
was
you?
lumbering off in that direction.
How fast is
Sure, we can talk on the way.
he? Okay.
Okay. So you guys head off in that direction, and as you start heading that way, Renly, you see a couple of shrubberies just kind of like just tearing at each other in the middle of the street. There's like leaves flying everywhere and branches whipping at each other back and forth.
You stop that right now! Damn it!
They stop. They like turn towards you a second, and they turn in and they scamper away as fast as their roots and branches will carry them, which is not very fast.
Try to raise a family, and this is what you get.
Boulder kind of leans over, goes, "Roar," and he slams his hand in the ground over one of the shrubberies, but doesn't kill it. He just like grabs it and like cages it and with one of his hands. He picks it up with a pile of dirt underneath it, and he brings it up to his shoulder where you are, and he just holds it up to you.
Hold on, I'll take a good look at you in a moment. Onwards!
Okay. You guys continue on. One of the other bushes is charging away, and off in the distance you see another tree ant, just a large tree, just like tearing at the roof of a building.
No! Oh, I'm Renly, by the way. Who are you?
What?
Renly. Yes. Oh, yes. We need to stop the tree ant. Yes.
Well, this is Elwyn. This is Euphemia. This is Captain Fluffy Paws. I'm Deimos.
Hi, Renly. Like he said, my name's Elwin, and I will cast Hold Monster on the Trent.
Okay. This is Captain Fluffy Paws.
Would you like it awakened?
Don't you touch Captain Fluffy Paws. Snap your goddamn neck off, you younger than me broad.
She's a gnome, by the way. She's a gnome. She's very small. Okay. You
It was
cast.
just a question. But yes. Oh, you are not as useless as my students. This is good. Good job. I give you a thumbs up.
Okay, so this tree ant is tearing at this building, Elwin, and it suddenly freezes in place as you cast Hold Monster on it.
It stopped. Just like you asked.
Yes. Can you hold it for like 10 minutes or 20?
Why? What do we have to do to it?
I just need to cast a few spells, and I pull out this giant book from the back of the boulder who is holding a backpack and start rifling through it. No, not this. No, not this. Maybe this
I
one.
can hold it for 4 minutes tops.
How about if I take its legs off? It can't move.
What? That's no worse than others have done lately.
But will it work?
Could you like bind it? I mean, or you know what? Let's see. Boulder, could you hold on to it? Give it a hug. Give it a hug.
Boulder nods his big head, and he reaches up with big arms and wraps it around this tree ant that's frozen in place. And he just locks in. You can feel the stone just settling on itself.
Right, let's see. Oh, what brings you to the neighborhood? Mystrala doesn't see too many people around here who are new.
Well, we gotta get Mystrala to not be dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What's his name? That dwarf dude?
Lovis?
Actually, yeah, look, no, not him. But I look at my armor and it has the signature of dwarf
Modron?
god.
Modron.
And I'm like, oh, this guy, Modron. Yeah, he just died, so Mystrala's probably coming up next, so we just don't want that to happen.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it later. Do what you gotta do. Concentrate on the tree.
Okay. Oh,
Don't worry
okay.
about Mystrala dying.
Okay.
That would suck, though.
I am very perturbed at the moment, and I think I will be rolling a disadvantage at whatever I do.
Okay.
But I am going to be doing like detect disease and detect like, you know, different things from my ritual book.
Okay.
And detect like, just try to see what the hell's wrong and if it's been cursed and stuff like that.
All right. Investigation. Roll an investigation check.
Alrighty. I will guidance myself.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Maybe
see-
another spell.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking into this tree, and it's being these odd people are near you, and you're you're a little bit flustered at what's been going on. You're a little bit embarrassed because your plants that you've so lovingly created over the past few years to help the people of this town and to be a benefit for society have suddenly been just going crazy and are tearing things up now. So all this is coming into your mind as you're doing this, and you're having a hard time focusing on trying to figure out what's wrong with this tree.
They've been such good plants. I mean, you know, they help with the farming. They've been keeping a watch. I mean, they even, you know, they have a vote. They have representation. But, like, I do not know what's going on with these things right now. More and more of them. Oh.
So you think they're deceased or something?
That's what I thought. But, you know, I'm not getting much. I can't seem to tell much right now. I do not know what's the root cause of it. Root, trees.
Yep.
It's demons. It's gotta be demons.
Well, just in case, I will cast Heal on the Trent. That should cure any diseases affecting it.
Okay. As you wash it in radiant energy, and Rinley, you see this display of power. I mean, you're a wizened and experienced magic user yourself. You've seen a lot, you've learned a lot, and there's definitely powerful, very very powerful mages within Mystrala itself, the most powerful in the world. But you recognize that this party of individuals before you, they are no slouches.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is bathed in glowing, radiant energy in a flash, and unfortunately, it doesn't have an effect. But you're properly impressed.
Hey, at least we tried, right? What?
I've been trying to figure this out for weeks now, and I still don't know. It's been. I haven't got a good night's sleep in a while.
Well, we've seen a lot of weird shit. Does this seem like anything that's happened through our travels? Do you want me to roll something?
Sure, what are you rolling? You
Um,
can try and investigate it, or
yeah, investigation, whatever you want.
roll me an Arcana check. As you casted the heal on it, your mind was in tune with what's going on first. It's not just a blind thing where you fire it and it either works or it doesn't work. The way healing magic works in this world is you're actually taken mentally through the process of repairing the various structures or curing whatever ails the target of it. So as you cast heal on this creature, on this tree, moving through it, you see there's nothing wrong with its body. There's nothing impure about it, and physically. But what you do get a sense of is that there is an overabundance of just arcane energy just flowing through its form. Much more that's just surging around it, and it feels like what's just this whole area is like almost radiation poisoning inside this tree, just leaking off the tower itself, the Silver Spire itself. You noticed it as soon as you came into the area, that the Silver Spire radiates arcane energy, and that has been building up inside this tree.
Renly, how long has this Trent and the rest of them that seem to have gone a little bit crazy been around the spire?
I'm not sure about the exact date. It's been a while.
I kind of explain what you told me, and say I would be very careful with the boulder, because if he goes crazy, he can do a lot of damage.
So Renly, and as he says that, you do look around and you notice that the bush that Boulder's holding, as well as this tree out in front of you, were some of the very first ones that you awakened years ago.
This is Bob.
Well, we can try to get Bob away from this place and see if he can go back to normal, or I'm thinking you might just have to turn him back into a normal tree.
But there are so many. I've been doing one a day. There are like hundreds. And she starts to kind of break down at this point because this is very, very dangerous.
I wish I could wish to fix this, but I can no longer wish.
You could wish. Maybe somebody else could wish your wish back. I don't know. I'm not very good at arcane stuff. But
I think
you know what? I'm going to just try to maybe cordon off the area, maybe keep everything away from the spire. Then you'll have to reorganize the Minotaurs. This will be hard.
You said you made one a day for the past few years?
Decades.
Decades? Could you get them all in the same area? I want to have a
yeah.
talk with them.
I
If
think
not-
I could.
Also, where's the nearest gas station?
If not, the flying god of fire can come back and fix this.
I don't. Deimos he's not the most charismatic, but he's smart enough to know that shit can burn. I mean, what? It won't burn.
Yes,
Why
I
don't
can. I can
we-
get them together. Yes, you would really.
This is terrible.
It's
Why
alright.
don't we go to the fire and try to see why it's radiating this much, too much energy?
Figure that out. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But if we get them all together, we can diagnose them or something. See what's going wrong.
Yeah, we don't want to burn down a forest.
What are you talking about? I'm not burning shit down.
Yeah, I know
What?
you.
What?
You guys are. They're gonna blow up a hole in the whole freaking area, and they'll probably blow up Mystrala with
That's
it.
probably against the rules to use fire magic.
Don't say that. Don't you ever say that.
What?
Bad
Hey,
demos.
hey, where's the nearest lamp oil store? Or whale fat emporium?
At this point, I think that they just cotton on. You will not do this, and she whaps you on the knee because that's all she
No,
can
no.
reach
It-
with
it's
her
al-
staff.
It's alright, it's alright. It's fine.
You see her cast a spell, and she whispers a few words, and basically she wind speaks over to the head of the Minotaurs that yes, we need to actually cordon off the area, and to form a little area, a bubble around the spire
Okay.
until we know more.
Okay. Over the next few hours, the Minotaurs, basically the chief of the guards comes up to you and asks for clarification. He acknowledges that there's concern, and he's glad that there's at least some ideas for a solution.
I introduce him to Elwin, Euphemia, and Deimos, and I look at Deimos like, oh my god, he's gonna kill everything. But I do point out Elwin being the one who figured this out and has been very useful, and like perhaps maybe this might lead to the, staunching this issue.
The Minotaur goes, "Very good." He says, "If we have a solution here," he says, "we will remember who is the source of the solution. Men!" And he points around, and the Minotaurs all kind of like lumber to attention, and they start systematically just removing the plant life. Not aggressively or in a mean way, but just transporting them further away from the tower. And they get it away after over through the rest of the day. There's a lot of Minotaurs, and the organization here is pretty good. So it takes a few hours, but by the end of the day, all plant life is at least 200 yards away from the base of the spire.
Hope that buys us some. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Try to keep them as far away as you can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this spire has been here forever.
It has.
So, has any other crazy shit like this been happening around the spire?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I mean,
Is there any
no more than
precedents?
usual. I mean, Sylvanas died.
Who?
The head. Sylvanas?
Yeah, that thing. What is it?
I
I
mean,
think
he
it's a
died.
god. Right?
Is she
Yeah.
goddess of nature and wildlife?
Right. She died when we were on
Wait,
our way
goddess of who?
to that black mountain to kill the lich.
Oh wait, which goddess? The
God of wild
That's the
nature.
goddess- I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was thinking back to the music god for some reason.
I
then,
remember
like,
we
That's
were
what I was
on,
thinking.
on our way to the black mountain to the black castle, and that's when all the animals started going crazy and shit.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, she's dead.
Yep. And God damn it. And we've had a lot of strange things lately in the sense of, the headmaster and, the borders.
Can you gain audience with the headmaster so we can talk about this?
I mean, no one gets audience with the headmaster except for his Magnus. It's
Tell him
like
Elwyn, the
these-
fire god, is here
we could try.
with Amos.
Like, he's definitely a fire god. Look at this guy. Show him those
Come on.
wings. Show him those wings.
I'm gonna spread my dragon wings.
Look at those gosh damn wings. You see those wings? Those are some legit wings.
They're very pretty and
Yeah, do you have any wings?
No,
Oh, that's
but
probably
I can
'cause you're
turn
not
into
a.
wind.
It's probably
Does
because you're
that
not a
help?
fire god. But yeah, that probably would help eventually.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I used to be just a normal head fish, and then like, it's been lovely over here. I really like Mystrala, but it's gone a bit crazy.
Who do we talk to see if
Wait.
we can try to get audience with the headmaster?
Renly,
Mhm.
you have not heard, and you're one of the instructors. So you're the instructor of druidic magic within
Mhm.
the spire. So the spire itself is divided into levels. Let me see here. Where's my map?
What if we? Actually, one second. How structurally, like, what's the structural integrity of this tower?
Let's not bring the tower down yet.
What's the structural integrity of this spire?
Damos is going to take
Don't
a.
you dare try earthquake
He's gonna,
damage.
he's gonna take a level in mechanical and architectural engineering.
Uh huh.
Not yet, Damon.
All right. So like if the spire is like this delia going up into the sky, the ground layer that you guys are at,
Can you
right?
share it again? I closed it. Whatever
Sorry.
you're doing. Thank you.
So like the ground layer is this is very large, but there's multiple layers, multiple levels. There's many stories to it. Right around here, oops, wrong one. Right, is the barrier is the this is the lower level. This is the academy. Everything from this line down. So you've got a gymnasium. You've got a big library. You've got many classrooms and instruction areas. Renly, your area of druid and wild and nature magic is located in here.
Yes.
Everything.
Civilization.
Yes, and that's where the students come and they do their studies and stuff. About 2 years ago, the headmaster issued a decree that sealed the borders from all non-invitees. Anyone who didn't have a letter of reference was not allowed to pass through the borders. He established more secure entries to the foot of the spire itself, but he also sealed off the upper levels of the spire completely. Not you nor anyone else has heard from the headmaster since then. About 2 years ago. Basically where this blue line is in the spire, everything above that has been completely shut off. So over the last 2 years, you and the other instructors have grown kind of like curious, and then eventually worried, and eventually apathetic. It's been weird. There's lots of people in all sorts of different
Life
states.
goes on. We keep taking care of things while he's missing in action. Yes.
Yeah, but you're also just kind of like making stuff up,
Exactly.
yeah, because you're not exactly
Like
sure what's
nothing
going
to
on.
see ya. Move on. Carry on. Yeah.
Do you tell us all this stuff?
I share a bit of it where I go like, yes, nobody's seen him in a while, but like, I'm not sure how you would actually get an audience with this because none of us get one these days either.
And you would
Go
know,
through the door.
Renly, you would know that the tower has only been radiating this odd arcane energy since after the tower was sealed off. The upper levels have been sealed off.
Oh, I would definitely share this. Yes.
Yeah. Because weird things have been happening since that happened. The spire has been. You'll hear weird sounds coming from the top of the spire at certain every at odd intervals. There's varying kinds of energy emanating from it, that kind of stuff. But all of it has been sealed off. Everything above the line.
Now, I don't really know much about how we could actually go about this because I'm just your regular druid. But
Hey, Renly, I got a question for you. Has anyone else gone missing, or not missing, but has anyone else not been seen during these 2 years, or is it just the headmaster?
well, he keeps his Magni with him. I don't usually see him around that much, but missing. Let me think.
So he sealed with him his most powerful Magni. So a Magnus is you guys have encountered a Magnus before. Remember the admirals that you fought? One was of ice, one was of fire, and the girl that Euphemia just fought was a Magnus of lightning. They are basically the master battle mages that are trained here within Mystrala. The headmaster sealed his when he sealed himself above in the tower. He took his most powerful ones with him, and no one has heard from them either since.
What about Sir Kotinen? Is he around or is he sealed in there too?
Oh, my eyes light up. Heard of Sir Cotton? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. He's an excellent person. Yes, you definitely go to him. I was just going to suggest that. People don't actually think of him really. Oh, have you heard of his tea?
No.
Oh, it is excellent tea. Come this way, this way.
Okay. Follow. Let's go.
Yeah, stuff and things.
All right.
I mean, I like magic mushroom, but this gives you visions.
Oh shit!
All right, you guys
starting
make your
to
way
see.
kind of away from the spire actually. He and off to a small neighborhood that's at the base of the spire, like butted up right against the base of it. But he hasn't lived in the spire for a while now. And as you approach it, you encounter this small dwelling place, and you see a puff of smoke coming from the chimney top. It's getting to be around dinner time. 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, so the sun is on the descent in the sky, which is odd because the glowing brightness of the spire just kind of masks that a little bit. But I mean, you're used to it by now, Renly.
I motion towards the boulder and point him off to the side, and he takes root in the courtyard and plays with some of the animals there. And I go hello, and yes, they respond back in common. And then I wrap my staff on the door.
Yep. You hear a rough voice from inside saying, "Who is it?"
Friendly, with company,
Oh,
good company.
he says, "I know. I know." He says, "I have seen it."
Stop doing it. This is very annoying.
He laughs. Come in, come in. The door is open.
Ah, how are you doing, old friend?
You walk into kind of a dimly lit, smoke-filled room. As you go in there, the smell of tobacco just washes over you, and you see your old friend sitting there in like a wooden chair off in the corner. He says, "You may tell all." Let's see, how many of you are there? There's 8 of you total, I guess, with counting Albrecht and Ashok and Robin and you. There's 8 of you. He says, "Come in." He says, "I have set the appropriate number of chairs out for you, and my trusty Rosebush has been preparing a meal for us since earlier in the day." He invites you guys in, and there are indeed exactly 8 chairs placed around the room.
I will take a seat.
Mhm.
And
At-
When
I'm gonna
you get to
tell
try
him.
his teeth, this is how
I
red
like-
this is? Oh,
I'm gonna say I like your robes. They're nice.
He says. He looks down and he says, "There was a time that I was the headmaster of the spire." He says, "It was a long time ago. He says, I've been mostly forgotten now, but my position does have its perks."
Well, I would like you to know that Princess Acalia sends her best to you, and she has said nothing but wonderful things about you.
Achelia. And he kind of drifts off for a second, and he's like, "Oh, yes, Achelia. Oh, wonderful." And he says, "Ah, my beautiful young girl." He says, "She was quite the brightest one that I had seen in ever, now that I think about it."
Yes, she is very adept at magic. Better than me, actually.
He smiles. He says, I'm better than most, and some would say better than all. But that kind of talk will get you evicted. You wonder why she was only here for 2 years. Ha! Headmaster Aaron cannot take a joke. But come. Yes, I've seen you coming, but I must admit my vision has grown a bit dim these past few years. I don't know the why. Tell me, friends of Akelia, why have you come here, to this troubled land?
You might have heard of the gods dying. Might have seen that in your visions, and I'll pretty much tell him the story of Asmodeus killing the gods and all that stuff. How we already killed Essek, or whatever the lich was. And right now, I'm gonna tell him about the ones that are left, about the Tarask dude, and that we think Clovis is headed here, and he wants to destroy or take over the weave or do something with the magical weave, and we need to stop that.
He's very gravely looking at you, and he says, "'Tis quite the tale you spin."
Oh, I do not spin. It is what's been going on.
I know. I have seen parts, but your explanation fills in many of the questions, answers many of the questions that I had been holding on to in my mind. He's an older man, very old. He says, Renly, my vision has faded of late. He says, something is odd. I cannot see the fate of these people here. And yours as well has become clouded. He says, but I believe their story. I don't know what will happen in the future. I cannot see it. This is odd. Perhaps I should brew better tea.
Or tea won't hurt. I have
Agreed.
been feeling weird lately.
Oh, I have just the herb for you. Yes, a bit of tea never hurt anyone.
You always know what to brew.
He with the a series of mage hands at work. You can see tea being brewed already in the corner, and he says, our refreshments will be ready in a short while. But while we wait, he says, not many will admit to this, but these are troubling times for Mystrala. The chaos of what's been going on lately outdoors with the plants and everything, he says, is but a small side effect. He says, you see the tower, Renly. You see how it glows and it glistens with power. Late into the night, you hear the sounds and the screams and the whispers. He says, but it is to my shame that I do not know what exactly Aaron is doing up there. But I fear deep down inside that it is not well. Something has gone greatly wrong. He says, we magic users are a curious bunch. We study. We follow our passions. We manipulate and we follow the weave. But we do not worship as the clerics do. We do not attune as the druids do. We manipulate. We use. And I fear what this has done is it has made us, as a culture, grow distant and out of touch with the very one who is magic. Mystra herself. He says, after all, what wizard will say that he speaks and he prays to Mystra? It just does not happen. A wizard studies and he practices, with no regard for the goddess who lends him all the strength he uses. He kind of blinks a little bit. He says, I'm sorry. What was I talking about?
Abuse of power. Damn it!
Oh, of course. Of course. He says, something's gone wrong. Mystra is in pain. Now, how about that tea? He reaches over and these cups of tea become floating over to him, and some are delivered to each one of you.
You see Renee's head fall forward and hit the desk.
Okay.
Like the little table. This has happened before.
You see Mistress in pain. We're here to help. What do you know of the headmaster, the current headmaster, and the rest of the people that are shut in the higher levels of the tower?
He says, Eron, Headmaster Eron, he says, a brilliant and powerful wizard himself. He says, but he is proud. He does not like to be threatened. And he likes to gaze deeply into the night. I warned him that a man should not do such things, but he would hear none of it. Would not draw upon the wisdom of my years. Oh well, 'twas his prerogative. Eron is a proud man, but he has a purpose, he has a philosophy behind what he does. And this sealing of the tower, he says, I don't know why, but there is reason for it. And whatever it is, he believes that it is the best and the rightest thing to do. Who did he bring with him, Renly? Did he bring those creatures that he what was it? That shadow creature. Ah yes, he did. His right hand. A being, an entity named Dusk. We've entitled him the Magnus of Shadows, but he is, if you wish to know, in my opinion, he is much more than that. He also sealed away with him Flera, Magnus of Flame. Odd, though, that while he kept with him two of the most powerful Magni, he did not bring with him the third. I suspect that it has something to do with his, with Telephos's, let us just say, affinity with Akelia.
And where's Telephos?
He closes his eyes for a second, and he sips on some tea. As he finishes drinking, he smiles, and he looks out the window, and he says, lovely weather we've had lately, isn't it?
We were talking about Telephos, dear. Telephos.
Oh,
Where is he?
damned if I know. That one. Power incarnate. But he does not like me spying on him, so he masks himself from my view.
Do you know a way of getting in touch with him? Like, emergency sake?
says, Telephos. In touch with Telephos. He says, he comes through the town on his own accord. He ventures forth, ignoring the headmaster's commands that none should leave Mystrala. He takes it upon himself to leave on his own and comes back bearing marks and evidences of great battles, monsters slain, evil wizards being conquered. He says, I might be able to reach him. He was a student of mine years ago. Give me a day.
Good.
Works for me.
Okay. He says, go on.
I was going to say that while we give him the day, I would like to go check out the way up to the higher levels of the tower, examine what they're using to block everybody off, and just so I can see it myself.
Oh, would you like the guided tour? I don't usually do them myself, but I can always make an exception here.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Would you like to take a look at the swimming pool first?
Maybe
I
later.
mean, some of y'all, you smell. But just a suggestion, I totally understand.
I look back to Kutten and say, you were saying, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
He says, oh, well, just that the birds that come through this area this time of year. He says, the migratory patterns are quite fascinating. I've been documenting them faithfully for about 40 years now. He says, fascinating stuff.
Has it changed a lot?
He says, would you know? It hasn't.
Friendly face palms.
Yeah, I think we should go before Veldorn shows you the bird.
Thank you for the tea.
He says, oh, anytime, Renly.
Be
For
back
one-
tomorrow.
One such as you anytime. Yes, yes, yes. I will write a note to Telephos right now.
Thank you.
Next time I'll bring some of my brownies.
Oh shit, they're hippies.
Randy makes terrible brownies. Terrible brownies.
Alright. You guys spend the rest of the evening. Renly takes you into the base of the spire. And there are, at any given time, 200 or 300 magic hopefuls in attendance. And as you work your way through, she shows you the various areas. Every branch of magic is represented and studied on an academic level here. Druidic magic is Renly's area. It's kind of like off in the back section. They just kind of gave her a spot and said, "Do something with it," because it's different. It's wilder, primitive. It's more
It's weird and strange in the back door.
yeah. Whereas like the higher magics, arcane magics and sorcery, and even a whole section developed to warlockery, is and the instructors there are plentiful, and they're well studied, and they're quite powerful. So she just shows you all these different areas. There are training grounds. A large section of the spire is devoted to battlery, to battle wizardry. So damaging spells and all this kind of stuff. Elwyn, you go through and you acknowledge that there's a lot of skill being displayed as some of the instructors and the students are practicing and that kind of stuff. But you're not terribly impressed.
Amos, if you needed to do any worship or anything, it's in that direction.
Yes, there is a chapel and an area devoted towards divine magic as well. As you guys ascend the spire higher and higher, you go through different areas. The dorm rooms are kind of lower. The gymnasium. There is a whole water area, all held together magically. You're like passing through different climates and different temperaments and atmospheres and that kind of stuff, all held together and pieced together through powerful and ancient enchantments. As you rise up past the 30th floor, um, Renly, you point out that this is the end of the road, and above you, the what would have been like an open and hot and raised sky area, is sealed off with a thick and harsh barrier, of glowing white stone, and you can see that coursing through the stone are waves and consistent patterns and ripples of glowing white energy. This barrier it's a physical barrier, but also just charged with power. Was erected at the headmaster's order about 2 years ago, and it crosses the whole span of the whole circumference, or the whole diameter of the spire. It's just a hard barrier.
All right, guys, I know what we gotta do. Let's buy like 3 truckloads of emeraldine.
Oh my god!
That's true.
To the heart of Mystrala, seriously?
Let's leave that as a backup plan for now.
No nuclear, yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I don't know, but should we try to find this guy or wait for this guy to show up? Because he seems like he's somewhat important. He could definitely help us out a lot in this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the library.
Okay.
Did I learn anything from like barrier or what's keeping us away?
The barrier itself. What are you're trying to investigate it? What are you doing?
Yeah, I just want to take a look at it to see if I can understand how it's keeping them in, or is it keeping everyone else out?
So, like, can we tell what type of magic it is? Is it like this regular magic, or divine magic, or necrotic,
Yeah.
or...
All right, so it's heavy abjuration magic, but it's also a very real physical barrier, crafted out of glistening white stone. But it's just laced and with powerful abjuration magic.
And try to wind walk up there once, sometimes it gets really annoying when he won't respond. And even wind walking, that does not work.
Yeah. If you try to enter from the outside, the currents and there's quite the tempest of arcane energy flowing around the outside of the spire, and there are no windows in the spire itself. So we're at the entrance that used to be here where you are, like the staircase heading upwards to the next level, has obviously been blocked off with this barrier that's in place. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of settle down for a little while. Renly, there are like dorm rooms, open dorm rooms that you kind of point them and make available to them if they so wish. Euphemia, you were heading to the library. What were you going to look for in the library?
I was gonna look see if they had one of those charisma books.
Okay. The
I
instructor
don't know
there,
what they're called.
the head librarian there, he kind of like looks down his nose at you when you arrive. He says, "Yes, lady." He says, "We do have, of course, we have tomes of dexterity and quickness." He says, "but you would be one of the last." A charisma? Yeah. Would be one of the last people that we made them available to,
And why is that?
because they are only available to graduates, the highest magni who complete the program and training here. Years of work, one must accomplish before being worthy of accessing one of our tomes.
Even if I have a ton of S platinum.
He says,
And I just kind of pour like money onto the table in front of him.
he says, I'm sure there are establishments elsewhere in the world that would honor your, he says, this metal that you've poured out before me. He says, but we
Yeah,
in
and what
Mystrala,
do you want?
we have our systems and our rules here. He says, what do I
Yeah,
want?
well,
He says,
Yeah.
I want you to exit my library.
So there's nothing I can do to convince you to let me have one of those books, even if I promise to return it.
Bring me a note from the headmaster Aaron saying that you have access, and I will give you what you ask.
Yep, second choice.
He says, yes, the door is behind you.
Oh. You
And
actually,
you're lucky I'm not Deimos, because he would burn this fucking library to the ground.
no, actually, you actually see Damos running in with like a bucket of water to throw on you to make sure you don't get burnt too bad by the time going in.
Oh my god, man.
He's like, "I've got you, buddy."
Okay.
Into the night, I will thank my new companions and friends for the help that they offered and for maybe finding the source of this potential. Let's see if this actually works. But would you like a tattoo as thanks?
What?
A tattoo.
What? No.
But everyone wants one of the tattoos.
They don't need tattoos. Damos likes brands.
But they're not really. They're permanent up to a point, and then they go away. But they're pretty useful sometimes. I mean, it's up to you. Oh, the offer's always open. If you're interested in future, do tell me.
Why does this
Thank you.
badger one make you better at fighting? As I read your pamphlet.
I'm
Badgers
not
are
quite
weak.
Sure.
Badgers
just,
are pansies. Badgers
It's the
dig
spirit
holes.
of the badger. Don't you dare say that. How would you like it if I actually said Tempest was like a pussy or something?
Give me 1 second.
He is.
What's your
It's
AC?
been said before.
Oh, what's your AC? Ah, damn it. Alright, but what's your AC? I'm just joking, I'm just
What
joking.
AC? I'm wearing robes. 10? No, 12.
Okay, good. Bad idea.
Was that divine intervention you just rolled?
No, it was a joke. It was a joke. A
Alright.
total joke, yeah.
Yeah, Redley's very confused.
I mean, I would have failed anyways,
The
but yeah,
spirit
total
of the
joke.
badger, like, you should really see a mama badger. Like, you mess with her, like, ooh. I've had to
Yeah.
fix a couple of wounds that way.
You haven't seen the honey badger video, Damos?
I forgot about that. Damos is going to recruit the honey badger. And also, by any chance, I ask the new party member, our good buddy, old pal of at least 8 hours now, if they know who the head divine cleric person is of this lower level or whatever it is.
Let me see what I got here. It is an older, or just like oh, actually he's younger. A younger guy. His name's Liam. What's this? Liam the Holy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make a note for tomorrow after we sleep. I gotta go meet this Liam the Holy, and I gotta teach him that he's not that holy, and he's probably doing it wrong.
God.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna head off to
I'm
sleep
gonna
too.
go find the rogue guy, whatever his name is.
Okay. All right.
Find it?
Show them to the guest quarters.
Yeah, you guys show him to the guest quarters. You knock on Robin's door, and you hear from the other side. You hear his voice saying, "Who is it?"
I've changed my mind. I walk away. Fuck it.
He says,
Not worth it.
he says, "Has my lady finally come to her senses regarding Robin?" No? Very
You
well.
see actually Deimos right in again with another bucket of water to throw on Euphemia to cool her down. Says, I gotcha.
Now I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
It's fine, I got armor there.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep Ryan off. Empty bucket.
Okay.
You have more armor there than the rest of your body.
All right. As you guys are turning into bed, you hear a flutter and a like a little paper like origami bird flies in, kind of like slips into your rooms, each one of you. It just kind of lands on your bed and just kind of unfolds itself into a sheet of paper on your bed. And written on the sheet of paper, it says, in like a scrawled, elderly-looking hand, it says,
God.
okay.
Is this like before we slept? Is this like
Yeah, this is
at
before
night?
this is before you slept. You guys were just getting ready to retire to your rooms.
I'm gonna go to Deimos's room and do you think we should go now before he leaves again?
Yes.
You head out to the entrance to the dormitories, and you see a crowd of students gathered around the primary entrance to the spire. Basically, it's this large open courtyard area. So, just for reference sake, the Stelio here. So, like, if this is the entrance, the primary doorway to the spire, there's this large courtyard here, like this, that branches off into different areas, different doorways and portals and stuff that take you to other sections of the spire. The dormitory area entrance is right here. So you guys are standing like on a balcony right over here, overlooking this big courtyard. And all around this area, you see students and some lower level teachers and stuff gathered around here. And actually, this is part of the training grounds also. So off in this corner, there are battlements and fighting. Basically just battle wizardry practice areas. And incoming through these, you hear the students just like hush quietly, and they all turn as an individual walks through the door. Okay. As Battle Master Telephos has returned to the Silver Spire. And that is where we will cut off for tonight.
Ah, sweet.
Well,
Okay. All right,
As
Deimos.
usual. Appreciate you for running it.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Good. Thanks, Gail, for jumping in and
Yeah.
playing
It was
Renly.
really fun.
Sounds like a fun character. And Deimos,
Gail's
you're.
awesome.
Yeah, kinda cray cray. I know, kinda cray cray. It's cool.
No, the character's good. The character's good. So it's an interesting amount of murdering that happened today. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah,
much
it probably
fun.
won't end up too well for Deimos, but Deimos got kind of mad. He got scolded. He doesn't want. He knows he's probably Tempest isn't very happy at him, but he's just like, "Oh shit, my bad."
Congratulations, Ellen, on still being alive.
Oh, that was awesome.
We made it, guys. We did stuff. We did stuff and things.
Okay.
This character. I like this character a lot. I don't want him to die.
I know, it's like, I really don't want Deimos to die. Like, Deimos is great. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll make another character, but it's like, oh no.
I'm so happy that y'all didn't kill every single thing though. Like, Mystrala, and then those guards, and then those. There were a lot of things y'all almost killed but didn't quite. I was like, yay!
I would have been good if I killed all those guards today, though, right?
I mean, all that happens in this game, you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, but I mean, obviously you've made an enemy of Kienmei. She's very not happy with you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, who care can change memories? Deimos is going to turn into a trickster wizard cleric. We're gonna be fine, guys. They'll never catch on.
Okay. So, so Telephos and Akelia obviously also have history together. The headmaster Aaron did not invite Telephos up into the upper levels of the spire, even though he is one of 3 of their, and possibly the most powerful of the battle mages, but that's never been proven.
Also, he doesn't wear pants.
But
The last battle mage was like extremely weak. I don't know what that race says.
She was the front door person. The guard.
Yeah.
She was
The guard.
She was a guard.
She was like
Well,
the
didn't you say she was a
strongest
battle
of the
Yeah, she
guards.
was.
She was
Yeah,
one of the 4.
She was about as strong
Okay.
as the admirals that you guys fought, Tridane and Kizaru back in the day. It's just that you guys have gotten a lot stronger since then.
Yeah, she's strong.
Yeah, this guy though is he's the guy that teaches those people.
I'm gonna teach him how to cast Dispel Magic, not Dispel Magic, but Anti-Magic Circle, or whatever the fuck it is, and I'll be like, let's fight.
I
But
wish
not- but
the
not
sorcerer
really.
could have that spell.
That's such a sweet spell, and then you want it gone, and then it won't go away.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. Okay, and then maybe next week we'll find out what's happening with at the top of the spire as well.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
All right,
thanks
guys.
for running it.
Yep. See
Good
you next
playing
week.
Gail.
It was awesome. Thank you guys. It was so cool.
For real, and
awesome
welcome to the
meet
game.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome to the game.
I'm sure it'll be awesome going in. Nothing bad will happen. Yes, nobody will die.
You'll see.
God,
You'll see
she'll
just
die second
the
session.
fear of the Midas god. You get afraid of it after a while. You're
This will
it's
be
just
like
a peasant.
Barovia all over again, man. It'll be like,
But
yes,
it might have
when will I die?
46 d7 damage. You're like, it doesn't even make sense. You just cry a little bit on the inside, but it's
A
super
single
fun.
tear.
Well, I actually try to keep it in perspective. So like
Oh,
you
no,
guys
you do.
are steamrolling like all these fights that have happened recently because you're so strong now, and that has to be in perspective. But then again, when you come up against someone powerful, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, I know. It's like when you see something powerful in this game, you're just like, oh, like a single teardrop just goes down your face. You're just like, oh no.
Like the crit on the body. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll see you guys.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Later.
Night,
User
night.
disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User